Yeah, you can come up. I'm not putting music on. I'm not doing anything. I'm going to go straight into it.
Going straight in.
Yeah. Well, it's 1 minute past.
Going rogue, Mrs. W.
I know.
I
know. But then, hey, sometimes you just have to.
Right, let me just mute up while I open this. I'm just going to mute up. Hang on.
Yeah, no problem. There you go. We are live. Good evening, Roger, Holly, Missy Moon, and whoever else is out there. So,
right, there we go. I just wanted to open the. Oh my God, I've just closed it. For fuck's sake.
How is everybody? How's your week been? Mine's been my.
And now my bloody camera's glitching.
Yeah, you're glitching.
I'll probably have to go off camera.
You work things out. And
yeah, I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, it is what it is. We want to see you, but hearing your voice is more important than being able to see you. So, we've just gone from 6 to 3. Good night, all.
They saw me. They saw me and went, nah, not doing that shit.
Oh, that's better. Back up to 5. Well, the thing is, we know there's Roger, you, and me in there and in the chat. That's 3. We know Missy's in there because she's chatting, so that's 4. Oh, hello. Oh, there you go. Holly's gone and disconnected. Let's change the layout. Can I change the layout? Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's all me. Don't know what's going on, to be honest. Hey. And Los Oz has disappeared. Brian PC. Good to see you. Good to see you, matey. How you doing? Up there in Bonnie, Scotland. I'm mumbling a bit because there she is. She's back.
It's this bloody camera. It's a pile of wank. I think it's got a loose connection in it. So like any kind of vibration, and it just goes. Nah.
Well, you're all out of focus, in focus, out of focus, in focus as well.
Am I? Oh, for heaven's sake!
Well, Roger gave me his old tatty camera, which I've got on at the moment, and I think it's nicer because it's closer. The other one, I'm all the way back here somewhere. So
yeah,
this is more me.
It's much better.
God help you, you can see me now.
I could see you before.
Yeah, I'm even more now. I'm even more in your face.
Yay! Hello, everyone, by the way. Hi, Missy. Ask another question.
You're okay. Yeah.
Oh, it's gone again. Oh, my God.
We know you're beautiful, darling. We know you're beautiful. Don't spend too much time faffing around it.
What if I just punch it? Do you think that would work?
No, but if you're going to faff around with it, you've got to sit there and swear and curse because that's what Roger does.
Oh, fucking cunting, fucking twatting, fucking...
Hello, Roger.
Piece of fucking shitting... Jesus,
no, you're not in a bad enough mood. By now, you can hear he's getting ready to throw something.
I'm getting ready to throw something. Fucking punches. I'm going to have to invest in a better one.
The annoying thing is the good one I invested in for Roger, 3 times the price of the cheap and nasty ones, is the one that keeps cutting out.
That makes perfect sense.
You know, the ones that were 8, 9, 10 quid off eBay, work fine.
Yeah. Yeah, it will. It doesn't make sense. Sometimes it doesn't pay to pay more, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I thought I'd get a decent one from my computer guy, and he got a couple, and I went, no, I'll go with the 30 quid one because that'll be better. That's Ultra HD and this, that, and the other, and yeah, no. But it seems to overheat or...
The thing is, though, a lot of the time, even these ones that you can pay 30, 40 quid for in this country, they're bloody Chinese imports anyway.
Well, the fact that I bought it from the shop, he's put his markup on it, but he's probably got it off eBay for a tenner. So, you know.
Yeah. Hi, Phil, by the way.
Is what it is.
I'm only just reading the chat.
That's all right. What takes you to Edinburgh, Brian? Or is that your local city?
I thought Brian was closer down here by us.
No. Brian PC is Scotland. That much I know. Okay. That much I know.
Hi, Karen.
For some reason, I didn't think he was near Edinburgh because my aunt's in Edinburgh, and I'm sure I would have mentioned that. Yes, good evening, Phil. I haven't mentioned you yet, sorry. Good evening, Karen. Oh, Brian says he lives there as well. That's all right.
Oh, okay. I don't know what made me think he was down this way. No idea.
I don't know why it is. I think we tend to. We're so close on here talking about this, that, and the other, and God knows what. You imagine everybody lives just around the corner.
Kind of feels like that, though, doesn't it? I suppose that's the good side of the internet, though, isn't it? That you can be talking to someone who's hundreds of miles away, and it doesn't occur to you that they're that far away.
Hi. Well, that's it. I'm like, I've got so many people on here that I get on with and would love to meet up with, and it's like, yeah, jump in the car, potter off down the road, meet up, have a cup of tea, piece of cake, play Aunt Sally, whatever else. And then you go, well, hang on, that person's 300 miles away. That person's 500 miles away. That's a good hour and a half trip, that is.
And the rest? It's an hour to me.
Well, that's what I mean. It depends. But you're off the beaten track, so to speak. We can almost get to Dan's quicker than we can get to yours. Almost. It's only about an hour and a half to Dan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not actually that far off the motorway, though. That's the thing.
I know. Just like, but we met at a strange pub last time, didn't we?
Yes, we did. That was a good day.
That was lovely.
That was a brilliant day.
I've got to confirm with Chrissy when our meeting is. I think it's Wednesday. But I wouldn't want to do Wednesday anyway because I want to get back. Want to get back for Rogers Live.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm thinking Tuesday or Thursday. But just in case I'm meeting Chrissy on Tuesday, at the moment, if you're all right, we'll leave it open and we'll work out where. And
yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it as and when.
Can't do Friday now.
No, we can't.
Are you going to be okay coming over here?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all right then.
Absolutely.
That's all right.
It works out easier for Dan that way, and he's got more to do, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Weighing up the whole fatigues and things like that. He's then got to go to where he's going and then go all the way back down a couple of days later, whereas I can come home and just
the thing is, once he knows where we are and how close we are, the invitation is open that he can always break his journey at this service station.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's never going to be an issue. This becomes the service station, and yes, it costs a bit, but we are so close to the M6 top.
Yeah, you are.
It can be worth coming down the toll and then jumping on down at Spaghetti or whatever, you know. But yeah, but if he pays for the toll, it saves him the money of the cost of coffee.
Yes, I suppose it does. You know that he,
go to the services, you've got to pay for the coffee.
You know, he really is expecting the bacon cupcakes that I suggested. That was a total right. He literally said when he was on about coming here, he says, as long as I've got something to drink, that's fine. I've got, and I'm like, I've got plenty of coffee, that's fine. And he's like, and cake. I was like, well, if you're lucky, I'll make you a bacon butty. He's like, and cake. I was like, how about bacon cupcakes? And then it suddenly occurred to me, there will be somebody on the internet that has made bacon cupcakes. And sure enough, they have. There's a recipe for the maple bacon cupcakes.
Oh, there's all sorts of recipes, because I quite fancied croissant with bacon. So you get your croissant pastry and you roll it with the bacon in, and then you stick it in a muffin case. So it's crossed. They call them crostinis, I think, now, and they make the cakes.
That reminds me of, I know Greggs do them, but there used to be this lovely, lovely bakery in the town centre that when me and Ben used to go into town when he was in the pushchair, we'd always have to go past this bakery, and he'd always want this bacon and cheese turnover, which was essentially a croissant. It was the same.
That's pastry with cheese and bacon. I've got those in the freezer.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Bacon cheese cupcakes. Maple bacon cupcakes are soft, tender maple flavoured cupcakes with a small amount of bacon grease in the batter. It is maple flavoured and crowned with a candied maple bacon piece.
You can also do them with cream cheese frosting, apparently. But we can't get cream cheese frosting in this country, so we have... Oh, fuck off! Why? Just why? Oh, I swear it's because it's coming close to like Halloween and the veil is like super thin, but all of my electrics are fucking up. My phone won't work properly, my computer won't work properly, my bleeding camera keeps switching itself off, my light, oh fuck you.
You said off too many times.
Oh, I'm going to lose my shit. Oh, good God. I'm going to fucking punch it. No, I'm not going to punch it. I haven't. If I've got it, hang on. Shall I try clapping? Clap on. Clap on.
Just keep saying on.
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 It's all right if I press the button.
On.
Oh, fuck you. It's overheating. It's not even hot.
I'm cooking.
No, I'm on about the camera.
No, when
the camera was unplugged. No shit.
When we go cold, we turn the thermostat up so that it keeps the house warm. And when I came up earlier, I'm like, oh, good, the heating's on. It'll warm the bedroom.
You have your heating on?
But it's still on. I'm melting.
No. Baby, I'm putting my heating on in October.
Would you turn the thermostat down, please? Thank you. before I cook today?
No, I'm not putting the heating on yet. The dog is snug as a bug
The
downstairs
heating never
on
gets
the.
turned off. The thermostat gets turned down.
Oh, you know what I mean, though.
No.
Mine's
Yeah,
all the way down.
yeah. But when it goes a little bit chilly, if the heating comes on at 14 degrees, it's cold enough to warrant the heating on. I'm not freezing for nobody.
I'm not freezing, don't get me wrong. I mean, the dog, bless him. If I could take the camera with me, I could show you. He's literally a pampered prince at the moment. He's got his, I've got this big electric heated throw that my mum gave me.
Okay.
He's got that. And then he's got one of my dressing gowns, and he makes a little nest in it. And he'll literally like lay there all day, curled up on this bloody heated blanket. I'm underneath it as well.
On for him.
It's on 24/7. It's even on the bed when we go to bed.
You see, so you have that heating on. We have our heat. So don't give me.
I'm not
putting the heating on.
Yeah, I'm not putting the heating on, as in the gas central heating. I'm not doing that. It's October. So there's November, December, January, February, March, 5 months where I'm going to have to freeze. I'm saving the money.
No. No, and now look, he's moaning. He's moaning because he's freezing.
Put a jumper on.
Put your radiator on.
Put another jumper on. Go get your dressing gown. To be fair though, I've got things like dressing gowns, and I've got things like dressing gowns and Oodies and things like that to keep me warm anyway. So it doesn't really matter.
I've decided this year I want one of these oversized
Oodie
snuggle top things.
Mm-hmm. I've got 3.
Yeah, but you see, a large I knew is oversized. A large wouldn't fit me.
I've got one that is a small adults, and it can literally fit 2 adults in it. It's been tested. And then the other one is slightly smaller, and the third one is slightly smaller. But the main one, it's a big white fluffy Harry Potter one. Oh my God, it's amazing. Oh, I love it. And it's
well, that's what I want. I want one where because I've got a jumper that's like that, but it hasn't got sleeves in. And you'll see me in my grey jumper quite regularly through the winter, and I'll put a different top on underneath and then put that over the top. But it literally only comes to there.
Oh no, it's not that.
And it's square. But if it's over something with long sleeves, it's enough. It's warm enough.
Hang on. I'll go and get mine. Hang on.
Moo, anybody think you were out in Dubai? Good evening, Stuart. Everybody's getting in there.
Look at this.
Oh, lovely.
Absolutely ginormous. I mean,
no, it's not big enough.
Look, when I wear it, it's down past my knees. It's fucking huge.
Not big
enough. Love it. I love it.
But if I bought one of those, it would end up only being this wide. I know.
You can get.
They've got them at yours. They've got them at yours. So if it says it's a size whatever, it's a size whatever, because that's the larger clothing. But it literally is just below the knees, and I wanted one that was, to the ankles.
You can get them.
Yes, you can. The only place I've found them though is like under 20 quid on eBay, and I'm like, that's not any sort of quality at under 20 quid. No. And I'll pay 40 quid for it off there, and it'll be exactly the same as the one that's $18.99. So yeah. I
think that one was 60 quid, the Harry Potter one.
Yeah,
it is, because it's the Harry Potter one, and I think it's an official Oodie as well. Oodie is the brand.
Yes. Yeah, I got one for granddaughter last year for Christmas, and it was Stitch. but I didn't get her the kids one. I got her the adults, but it was either kids or adults. That's all there was, 2 sizes. She put it on, and it's like this wide on her and down to the floor, and she's curled up in it. And
I do.
Do it yourself tent, and she absolutely loved it. And I'm like, I want one of those. I want one that I can curl up with, especially if I'm going to be working from home.
Yeah.
I need to be able to keep warm without having to put the heating on. So, I mean, obviously, if Roger wants the heating on down in the corner because he's freezing, but he lives in 3 coats anyway.
You want to get in one of them, you can get body warmers with rechargeable heating packs in them. Get in one of them, you'll be fine. What is he doing there? Are you checking your boobs there? Are you checking your boobs? I knew you were going to do that. I knew it. Hi, Pops.
Oh, I got an itch. An itch.
I said you're riffing.
I thought you were doing the monthly boob chat.
Oh, we do. I want to be like you.
Like you. Ooh, ooh. Sorry, Roger.
That's right. I'm growing enough. I can build my own fat stores up anyway now.
There you go. See?
Somebody else.
Honestly, Ollie, when you see me, look.
Look at the size of that.
He's pregnant. He's 9 months pregnant.
Oh my God, Roger.
That is literally
that.
only come up like that in the last 2-3 months.
Have you had your liver checked recently?
They've done the blood test on it. That's one of the ones that the lot I had taken out of me today is being checked for as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously, a lot of that could come in with the COPD.
Since we've come back off holiday, he's got into this habit of where he never used to eat at all. He's now doing 6 meals a day.
Get him to check your gallbladder. Get him to check your gallbladder as well while you're at it.
Oh, they're sticking enough. No.
No, they don't have to do that.
No. Honestly, it's not that. It's just the sheer. If I buy a box of 5 cakes, he eats 5 cakes.
You fat bastard!
You got it.
Well, I'm one of she'll buy a carton of something or a cake, and it will say on there 4 to 6 sittings. Oh, fuck off! That's 2.
Did you know though? Like, if you buy like a whole gatto and just sit there with the packet and the spoon, that counts as 1 serving.
Yeah, if you don't stop, you eat it in one go. Exactly.
If you don't slice it up.
Yeah, it's 1 serving.
One of the big pots of joy, Cadbury's mousse. And on it says 6 servings. He left me a teeny tiny bit in the bottom because I said I wanted to try it. If I hadn't asked him nicely to save me a bit, he would have eaten the lot.
Roger, tapeworm.
Yeah, no, because he wouldn't look. It wouldn't look like that.
Check him for parasites.
The trifles, the pre-made trifles in the plastic dishes.
No
problem eating a whole one of them.
I bet you don't. Jesus Christ.
Instant Whip, Angel's Delight, 2 packets and a pint of milk.
You're a sugar fiend.
He is.
The thing was, I used to be mobile enough and energetic enough to work it all off. But since this breathing issue and that's come up, I mean, Heather had to take me to the hospital today. Most of the times I've been walking up there and back. But I can't do it anymore. I get knackered just walking upstairs to the toilet now.
Yeah.
And they still haven't prescribed me puffer, which will help. But I've got to get on to them about that.
They should give you 2, a brown one for everyday use you'll take regularly, and then a blue one for as and when.
Emergency one.
Yeah, because I've got both.
But whether I've got to wait until I actually get an appointment with the consultant over that, I don't know, but the doctor or nurse or whatever she was.
Well, no, they think you shouldn't have to wait for a consultation just to get a puffer if you're struggling to breathe and it's on your record. They should be able to give you at least one of the salbutamol ones or whatever it is now. I can't remember if they're doing away with salbutamol.
Yeah, I had one before, but that was for suspected angina. That was a few years ago. It didn't make any bloody difference. So.
Yeah.
But there is problems with the flows and that again. I mean, today, I don't know whether you can actually see that. There's that one there. That one there. That's all today. And I'm not joking. The one they put in was the size of the refill out of a biro.
Yeah.
Just to get blood out. That's how thick the needle was.
Do you want a giggle?
Go on then.
Guess who got the bus to Tesco's today? Did a little bit of shopping. Came out of Tesco's and wandered around the fucking car park for 10 minutes looking for her bastard car. Go on, mock away. Mock away. That was me. That was me.
I've done it before.
I was literally stood there wandering around with my trolley and my shopping. And I was just like, where the fuck is my car? Where have I parked my car? Oh, I always park in the same place for this fucking reason. And then I was just like, hang on, why have I got my... Oh.
Do you know the easiest way to spot them when you leave them in a car park? Put a coloured ping pong ball on the aerial.
Yeah, well, people nick those fuckers. People nick them fuckers around here. Oh no, I always park in the same place. Whichever supermarket I go to, I will park in exactly the same place every single time.
I can't remember which car it was. It might have been the old Focus. But we stick this foam ball on the aerial so that you can see it in car parks because you know exactly where it is because you can see it yellow.
The easiest time to spot ours is when we got the fishing rod tube on the top because it looks like a fucking tank.
Yeah, this one doesn't have the aerial in the same place, and the CC didn't let. So anyway, I am driving to work, and suddenly, as I'm going along, what the hell is that? Slow down, stops, speed up, get to a certain speed.
Oh,
it's the aerial banging on the roof. I've got my mate, the mechanic, going round the car trying to find everything. And in the end, he taps on it and he goes, that's the noise. And
oh my God.
It came off the aerial immediately, I can assure you.
I'm not surprised. I am not surprised.
Those stupid things. It was only at 60 miles an hour, not at 55, not at 65, only at 60 miles an hour.
That is mad.
Well, we were getting with the, the big tube we put on the roof for the fishing rods when we go on holiday. When you got above 65, 70 with that, there was a whistle from it. All the way up the motorway, all you could hear was this bloody whistle. Didn't matter whether you had the windows open or shut. But when we got up there, I went to the market and I was going to get some bodge tape and, tape up the little gaps to see whether the only roll I could get was light green. I don't know whether I'm talking about here. It was... No, it's upstairs. It was like a fluorescent green. There's just fucking tape all over the place on the roof, flapping about.
Oh my God.
Oh dear. And then that was the first year we heard the squeaking cat's eyes, wasn't it? They're brilliant.
You will not leave those alone now.
If they're there, I drive on them deliberately. Every time you drive over the cat's eye, it goes. So it sounds like you're running over loads of rabbits and stuff. You're going up the road.
I can't say I've ever experienced squeaking cat's eyes.
They are so much fun. They are so much fun because when he finds them, he moves over so that he's going down the white line, so that you get squeak, 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 one after another.
Where are these elusive squeaky cat's eyes?
They're usually on the motorways.
I've never experienced. I just hear.
I'll cross 4 lanes to get the bastards.
That would take some explaining to the police if you got pulled over for suspected drink driving. No, mate, I've been sober for like 20 odd years. Well, why hell are you swerving all over the place? Jump in the car and I'll fucking show you, mate.
I'm looking for squeaky cat's eyes.
It's my ADHD. It's not squirrel, it's cat's eyes.
Oh dear. Yeah, the first time I heard them, I couldn't figure out what it was. Because normally you get that rumbling as you go over them, but you weren't getting that, and it was just a squeak.
I don't understand it.
Oh, it's hilarious. I must try and record it next time we go up.
We've got it on footage somewhere. We do have it on footage.
Yeah,
there's so much of it. It's finding the right spot.
I've still got about 24 hours of dash cam footage to go through. So.
Oh my god.
But yeah, squeaky cat's eyes.
If I was to do that, if I was to like start recording myself driving and stuff, and when I go places, it'd just be me screaming at other drivers that are all absolute wankers.
Well, I'll tell you what I do. All I use is cheap sports cameras. They'll run for 4 hours, and all I do is have one of them on the windscreen.
Yeah.
I mean, we did one year. I had my phone on in a phone holder and just turned it around, but it was pointing at us inside the car just to try and catch the silly chatter that we have on the way up. You couldn't put that on there.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Remember, I am present in our private conversations, so I can imagine what yours two's bloody private conversations are like.
That was funny as hell. But it was lucky enough I had the cameras on when I run into the back of that pickup, so I got that. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Gary's
just really couldn't drive and he wasn't looking where he was going.
What was that, Heather?
I said just to prove that he can't drive and he wasn't looking where he was going. What's going on?
Oh dear.
So I keep looking out the window. So everybody keeps posting these pictures of the Northern Lights. I want to try and get them myself tonight. I've got my cameras all ready.
I did notice the beast in the background.
There's a GoPro on there. There's my stills camera. There's a phone that'll video, and I've got my other Canon as well ready.
If you can figure out how to do it as a long exposure, apparently you'll get better results.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to video as well.
See
if I can get it, because that's why I want to use it. They're all set up differently. So I want to see which one's the best. I've never caught a photo of it, so hopefully tonight.
Missy knows. Missy knows.
The lights there, the aurora.
No. People keep harping on about the Northern Lights. No one else get that. Missy will get that.
I've been in one of the best places to see it ever, and that's when you're out at sea. When you're out there, it's amazing when you can see it horizon to horizon, and right the way across. Oh, it's brilliant.
Yeah, I want to go like up north. Like I want to go like Norway. I'd love to go to Iceland, but I can't fly, so I'll probably never ever get there.
It's too expensive there.
You'll be able to fly once you're done.
I don't know, because it's not it's not like I can't fly as in medically, it's because of what it does to me. And I don't know if it is Kevin related or not.
But once Kevin's gone, you can then get over the issues of flying.
No. The issue is
I know
the
the issues
pressure
are
of
nothing
that.
to do with and
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know if it's related to Kevin. And I don't particularly want to go on a 2.5 hour flight.
You'd like the dating rules in Iceland.
no, she
What are the
wouldn't.
dating
You
rules? Leave me
like
the
it.
fuck alone.
Try before you buy.
That's dating anyway.
No, in Iceland, it is acceptable to meet a girl in a pub or a bar from both sides, to ask to sleep together, to see if you're compatible before you start dating. It's perfectly acceptable in Iceland.
Yeah, but that's acceptable now. It's
That's
acceptable
more or less
here.
what vape here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a way of life over here, apparently.
But
I mean,
don't
hell,
forget-
there's people who'll go and try before they buy when they haven't even come out of a frigging relationship yet. So, you
and
know,
also the fact that you can wear your dead mate's skin as a pair of trousers. Do you remember that one? The necrophilia pants.
Oh yes.
I'm sorry, what?
You can.
Oh my God, I remember this conversation.
Yeah.
I remember this conversation. That was gross.
Humans
I
in
don't wanna
see-
trousers.
You
I
can
don't wanna
skim
see
them
the
from the
pictures.
waist down. Wear the skin as a pair of trousers. You can, if you put money or a coin in the pocket, that ensures you will always have money. Absolutely, they got pairs of them in a museum over there.
You are not wearing my legs. They wouldn't
I'd
fit
never
you for
get into
starters. Exactly, they'd be like bleeding hot pants.
It doesn't
No.
matter what you call them, Missy, whether they're northern lights or aurora borealis or whatever else. They are caused by sun flares.
I just call them pretty lights.
It's HARP. Sorry, but it's weather modification.
Oh, have you seen Facebook are taking stuff down that's posted about that?
Exactly, that's why I know it's true, because Facebook are removing it.
Yeah. That's what I think it was actually Missy or somebody posted something or had something removed by Twitter or somewhere. And
I think it was
noticed some on
Jenny.
Facebook had missing. So I put a couple of posts up saying, yeah, this is the thing. There's governments around the world that have admitted that they're modifying the weather. The only people that don't realise it's true is Facebook fact checkers.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but 12 months ago, they said that this year there would be the most solar flares and solar storms ever, and we would stand the best chance of seeing the northern lights from England, Scotland, and,
Yep.
and that's been on the cards for over 12 months. It's solar flares. We knew they were coming. It's not. It wasn't unexpected that they happened. It's like knowing you'll get a shower of meteors, and the weather seeing the weather down here doesn't affect the sun. There's no way it can affect the sun.
Well,
So,
if you
I'm
look
sorry.
at it, it has changed colour with what they've put in the atmosphere.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not more noticeable because of it. I'm not saying it's
Yeah,
a difficult.
Yeah,
But-
has anybody else noticed that the sun has like gone from a really nice yellow to a fucking LED frigging spot lamp?
Yep.
It's fucking white. What is that about?
And you don't
Energy
feel
saving.
you don't feel as much heat off of it like you used 2 years ago.
I don't know. I'm super sensitive to that sort of thing anyway. But like, just how it looks. I'm just like, that's not right. Sorry, I'm going to go and get my tinfoil hat now.
Okay.
Well, when you think the aurora is literally the ionization hitting the atmosphere, well, we know that places like the CIA, the Russians, and most countries that have got that sort of technology can produce that ionization artificially.
Mm-hmm.
Says it all, doesn't it? You know,
Yeah.
not saying it is, not saying it isn't, but I'm just
Well,
saying they could do
they've already admitted things like that slyly.
God, it's on a smart.
Geoengineering or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So Yeah, they've already admitted it.
But like I said Wednesday night with the carbon capture and blocking the sun out, basically what they'll do is they'll kill off everything that produces the oxygen on the planet, because that stuff feeds on it. It feeds on sunlight and carbon.
Yeah.
If it's
Well,
not
it's
getting
like
there, it won't give you oxygen.
it's like what we were talking about on Wednesday night about the lack of bugs this year. I mean, what's that all about? Usually I'm inundated with wasps and flies and all sorts, but this year there's barely anything.
No, you used to get explosions of ladybirds, and
I've seen
stuff
one.
like that. They still get the midges up in Scotland, I think, but
No, I've seen one ladybird in my garden this
I
year.
haven't seen any.
It's
You
weird,
haven't been
isn't it?
outside.
DDT, yeah, Agent Orange, Brian. We know what that did in certain countries.
Mm.
Did you watch the film the other night, Wednesday night, Threads?
No. What film?
It was made, I think it was back in the 70s. It's quite a long film, and it's almost like a documentary type of film. Goes through the stages of leading up to a nuclear attack, what happens after it, based on the technology and the knowledge they had how to survive it back then when they made the film.
It was 1984 it was made.
1984.
Oh, that was a brilliant year. Wasn't it the best year ever, that was?
If it actually, there's people out there that are scared anyway now with all the talk of nuclear with Putin and Russia and America and shit. And I was watching it in bed, and I thought, well, if there's anybody out there that's got the mental health issues about worrying about this sort of thing, and watch that, it's going to scare them shitless.
Yes.
There was nothing.
It was like really... that with. Sorry, go on.
Yes, sure. It was set in Sheffield.
There was nothing in there really that I didn't know. But for the uneducated, it really brought it home, I think. Because
it was stuff that we learned and what we were told we would need to do during the Cold War, which we lived
through all of that anyway.
Well, the thing is that when you look at the films that are out today anyway, they are designed to keep people in a state of perpetual fear. What was that Last One Standing or whatever it was with Julia Roberts, the apocalypse type one?
Last Man Standing.
Oh, I can't remember what it's called. Hang on, I'm going to have to Google it. It's probably nothing like that.
Yes, Gary, it was based in Sheffield, and it showed the idiocracies of what some people would do, like
leave the world behind. That's what it was called.
You got up there, obviously, you had the steel industry and everything like that. Now you got Russia and America threatening each other, and Iran with these nukes. And the workers up there, the union called a big strike and said, we'll teach them a lesson, we'll go on strike. No, you can't nuke us, we're going to strike over it.
As you do.
It showed the fallacies of panic buying, building your shelters in your house, and, how it wouldn't work.
But there was a woman complaining that her shopping had gone from 20p to 40p and she wasn't going to pay it.
Oh,
I
no.
think the funniest one was the guy running around trying to sell tin openers at £2.50 because everybody had bought tins and nobody had bought tin openers.
Oh, no.
He's going around with a whole ring full of tin openers at £2.50 a pop.
Bloody hell.
Oh, dear. But it had its serious side to it. There was a little bit of comedy element in there if you were looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
But they got the command center where everybody disappeared into this bunker in the basement of a building. and they're trying to help sort things out, but they can't contact anybody. Hi, Stitch. They can't contact anybody because it's all falling down, and they can't go anywhere or get anything in because they're in this 5-story building that's collapsed on top of them.
Mm-hmm.
By the time they get to them, they're all dead.
Yeah.
Because there's no running water. There's nothing. And they hadn't prepared properly.
But they had, what's her name, reading the news on there because it was showing the BBC News each night about what was going on, who was doing what. And it was Leslie Judd.
Who?
For those that don't remember her, she used to present Blue Peter.
God, I'm going to have to Google that now as well. Oh my God. I'm terrible with faces now.
Yeah, that's
Oh, her.
yeah. It's only ever been aired 4 times, that film.
Oh, really?
Yep. And because apparently it had a load of warnings back then. You can imagine what the censorship was like.
Yeah,
back
I
in the
can imagine.
80s, you know. And even this time, they put out a load of warnings on it, scenes that could be upsetting and stuff like that.
God.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well,
No, not watched
censorship's
that.
changed on TV anyway. I mean, they're showing Mary Millington films at the moment. Some of the older guys in here will know who she was.
I don't know.
She was a vicar's daughter that became Britain's biggest porn star back in the day.
Oh my God.
That's what I said. You don't need to.
I would have been happy leaving it with "you don't need to."
It's like you wouldn't know who King Dong was, but you can imagine.
She
By that name, yes, I can.
She was the first one to open a sex shop in London. Clothing, toys, stuff like that. She used to quite often walk around the shop naked because, there was nothing to stop them doing that back then. And the police and the authorities persecuted her that much. I think she was only 28 years old when she topped herself because of the persecution from it.
Jesus.
Ron Jeremy. Yeah, it was that sort of era, Missy. How the hell he got into porn, I don't know. He's one of the ugliest blokes when he was dressed, let alone fucking naked.
No idea.
No, you're too young and innocent to remember those ones.
Young.
Yeah,
Let's not push it.
Before it was acceptable for ladies to use razors. So you can imagine.
God, we've descended into smut already.
I think I'm gonna do I remove him or mute him or both?
Extensive trouser beards.
How about you go downstairs and just put a sock in his gob and duct tape it?
Oh, stop!
You see now why I gave you that answer when you said how's Roger?
Oh, fucking hell! We've got from the apocalypse to trouser beards in 30
I know. How have we done it? Where's the link?
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, dear.
Utter madness. And it's all your fault, Roger. We were having a lovely conversation about the apocalypse, and then you had to bring up fucking porn. Jesus. Jesus.
Oh, dear.
Cheese and rice.
Cheech and Chong. Yes, Gary. Yeah.
Well, she introduced me to Cheech and Chong.
I used to love Cheech and Chong when I was a stoner.
Oh,
I'm the innocent one. I've hardly ever seen any porn. My kids had to introduce me to Cheech and Chong. No,
you've gone all red, baby.
I'm cooking.
She's hot stuff. Get the woman a fan. Actually, go and stand up there and fan her. Butler boy.
Oh, yeah.
Has he got his? Have you got his outfit ready for when you start working?
The
Oh, my
butler,
maid
no.
outfit.
Butler up. Could get him a French maid outfit, actually.
No, Jeeves.
Jeeves. Missy,
Who is
who's
Cheech and
You've
Chong?
never heard of Cheech and Chong.
Cheech and Chong is basically the iconic movie double for stoners. They released a couple of movies that is just slapstick funny.
You know, I asked him very nicely to turn the thermostat down.
Do you want me to turn it down a bit more?
It's still on up here.
Yeah, I didn't turn it off. I only turned it down.
She's dying. She's dying.
I wouldn't mind, but I haven't got anything to drink either.
Jeeves, she needs a drink.
Well, if you look at the scenario, I'm sat in the corner that's the furthest away from any radiator in the house. It's the coldest corner in the house.
Where's your radiator?
She's sat in the room that's got the boiler behind her. She's got a radiator next to her, which is the same size as the one at the other end of this room.
Where's your under the counter heater?
I can't be bothered to go and get it out. It's up the side of the chair up there.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I'm all right.
And you've been moaning for over a week that you're cold.
It's only when my legs get cold.
We'll get you a granddad blanket.
I'm cold.
Yes.
Yeah,
Missy, when they say stoners, they mean smokers, weed smokers. Not hard drugs, they're weed smokers.
Mm-hmm.
That's what stoner usually means. Yeah, there's one of their videos and clips are on YouTube.
Oh God, there's loads of Cheech and Chong out there.
I had a look to see if Threads was on there anywhere, and it's not.
Is it not?
I couldn't find it.
Yeah, I'll have to have a look for that. I did have a look on some of the apps that I've got, and I can't find it on there.
Available on Betamax.
Excuse me while I just go and dig out my Betamax player.
Threads was originally released by BBC Video on VHS and for a very short period Betamax in 1987 in the UK.
Wow.
I
If it's out
remember
there on
released on both
VHS, there's bound
VHS
to be
and
a
DVD
CD
in
version.
2000.
Yeah,
It's on Amazon Prime.
I had a look and I couldn't find it.
Might not because it's BBC. They're very, very. They don't like sharing.
No, I've literally got nothing. The first thing that comes up when I type in Threads is The Thread of Water, and then The Secret History of Stonehenge. What's that got to do with Threads? I don't know. The Thread of Deceit, Exit Thread, The Slender Thread, The Man Who Knew Infinity, and then there's just a lot of unrelated. How is Lord of the Rings related to me searching for Threads? I mean, come on.
Hang on.
No idea.
Hang on. Right, hang on. Copy link. Where's the chat? Paste. Right, whether that will come up or not, I don't know. But someone.
Hurry up, my arm's hurting.
Oh, it's not coming up on there. What's going on there? What the fuck have I done there?
Oh God, he's pressed a button.
Give
Right,
up.
how can I get rid of that now? Oh,
Can I stop hanging on now, Pops? My arm hurts.
yeah, hang on. I'll get back to you. I've got some on screen. I don't know how to get rid of it.
No, it was released on DVD in 2005.
Oh, and it's not giving me the option of deleting it either. No, someone's just sent me a link to watching Threads online.
Yeah, if hang on, do not post it in the chat, because if
No,
it is an
tried and it's not
unlicensed,
coming up.
yeah, don't. If it is an unlicensed site, it will flag Heather's channel as promoting.
Well, I'm just I haven't actually
potentially.
posted it. I'm just trying to delete it. Right, let me refresh the chat a minute, see if it disappears.
Yeah, it'll flag it up if it's an unlicensed site, shall we say?
But I just hello. It's not even refreshing now. What's coming on here? Come on.
Well, it hasn't actually come up in the chat.
I haven't got any chat there at all now. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's gone. Thank God for that.
I was going to say go away and come back.
No, it's all right. It's gone off of there.
Yeah,
it's available on MUBI, whatever that is. Shudder.
Threads is now available to watch on BBC iPlayer.
It is available
There we
on
go.
iPlayer, is it? Yeah. Yeah, available for 11 months. That was from 2 days ago. So it's only up there for 11 months.
But that probably means that the documentaries that went with it will be available on iPlayer as well.
I will have a look.
If you Google it, it does give you several sites. They're probably illegal sites where you can actually download it.
Yeah, I'm just having a look
Amazon Prime
on the
Video. No, that's 1984.
Brian,
I'm just
it's
having a
on
look.
YouTube playlist.
I'm having a look on the website that I use. It's on the website that I use, so I can watch it on there. That's fine.
It looks like it's on Prime Video as well.
It's not though. It might be on Prime Video in like a different country, but it's not. Or it might have been on Prime at the point that particular advert thing was made.
It is actually available on YouTube, apparently, on a channel called Straight Chilling.
But it's out there. It's out there on legal forms. You might find it's available to buy DVD on places like eBay.
Yeah, it looks like it's available quite widely out there. So there you go. It is available.
Yeah, I've got one.
I'm not actually finding the full movie on YouTube. Oh no, hang on, there it is.
Yeah, it came up just now to that Straight Chilling channel. 1 hour and 50 odd minutes.
Yeah, that's not the one that's come up on mine, but it's on there. There's ways of watching it anyway.
Yeah. So if you missed it, there are ways.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's all right. Thank you, sweetheart. I know you're watching in the background. Thank you for unsending that. Brilliant. Just in case it gets us into any trouble advertising that. So it's not in my Facebook feed now either.
Yeah.
I've been doing well on there, really. I mean, I haven't been sent to jail yet, which is very
neither have I. I don't think I've been sent to Facebook prison for like a year.
A whole year.
I know.
Supernova tonight. I'm looking out of my window. Brian's put up the channel that it's on YouTube.
Phantom Hillbilly channel.
Phantom Hillbilly.
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to go and make a brew and have a quick ciggy. I will be back.
No, you can't.
Dokey.
What do you mean I can't? My cup is empty.
I've only got this.
Yeah, I'm not going to smoke in front of you, though. Don't worry. I'm going to go outside and have one.
That's right. Don't worry, us.
I'll be back in a moment.
But you go.
I can still
smoke anyway.
I'll still be listening on my headphones, but
Check
Yeah.
the skies for us. See what it's looking like out there while you're out there.
okay.
Okay.
I've got too many lights on in here to see what's actually occurring because we've got trees and bloody buildings all round. And if you go too far up the garden, next door's security light comes on, so that ruins anything you're trying to do out there.
Well, yeah. That's why I said have a look out the front because
Oh, you ain't going to see nothing out the front with the light pollution out there, the street lights and that.
some of the pictures I have seen are areas like ours, and that they've captured it.
Yeah, but if you look from the front directly north, you've got to look through the buildings, through the houses up the road, like ours, Sturts and that, to see north. So you're only going
Yes.
to see above the houses anyway.
Yes.
So you've
Yes.
got more
I've
chance.
shown
What's
you
that flash in the
photos
background
around
then?
here of other housing estates where they could see it. So if you can't, you can't. If you can, you can.
Well, what's flashing in the background?
What do you mean? What's flashing?
Oh, it's a reflection of the TV up the room. Look, lightning flashes behind me.
Oh, good God. God help me. Please. It's enough to turn to religion living with you.
God won't help you. I've seen the light. Oh, it just seems. Yeah, there it goes. Look, when I move my hand.
Yeah, okay, stop it.
Yeah, I've got a window right in front of me, Gary, but I've got a light in straight in front of me, and I've got a light above me as well. So I've seen the light. Yeah, naming it, old man, the kid and the spooky. I used to love that one, Moo. Our local vicar that used to walk around the town back home always used to say, "Well, the Lord died for your sins, my boy." I said, "No, he didn't. He didn't have enough fucking pain to die for mine." I've got to get off of religious jokes. I shouldn't do them.
No. No, don't.
Yeah, true north, not magnetic north, Gary. It's 5 degree difference.
It's not exactly magnetic north or true north. We look up the road. That's the closest we get because of the houses.
Yeah, if you look roughly towards Rectory Park from here, that's true north.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. I've got a compass in the bag here. I'll take you out later and show you if you like.
I'll get my phone out and show you. It's up the road. It's looking towards Mere Green, not
Grid north.
fucking Rectory Park is east. Well, northeast. Is it all dark, Holly?
Mind you, it might have clouded up here now. I don't know. But that was a good frost
Have you
last
become
night.
addicted to that sniffer?
No, I've got like, I don't know what it is. It's like an ache sort of across my eyes and the bridge of my nose.
No, Moo. He offered to show me where that way is north, and I know that way is north. So
I'll tell you what. I'll go out and do a weather check.
go on, go see what's out the door. Moo, you know he wouldn't take me anywhere. You know what he's like. Take me fishing. That's about it. I don't know whether it's a bit early yet for solar activity. So cycle.
No, we've got clear skies out there.
Okie dokie.
I can see stars. Oh, look, I got an alert that you're live. Bloody hell. I think we're being scammed. Well, funny enough, the last 2 days we've had clear skies. Not one high altitude aircraft has flown across. Just been out there, we got clear skies, and all of a sudden I can see the lights at very high altitude, and I can see 2 of them and hear them going across. What does that tell you?
Aurora forecasts in the northern hemisphere. The chances of further severe G4 geometric storms are now greatly reduced as the strength of the CME that caused them wanes. Northern UK and similar geomagnetic latitudes may still see enhanced auroral activity, God, that's a mouthful, into the coming UTC night. However, this is unlikely to be as intense or widespread as on the previous night and should wane further with time. No further significant enhancements are currently forecast. So we've missed it.
Last night it was, they said it was going to be the most intense. And looking at some of the pictures I've seen, yeah, it probably was. Sue, you can post some crazy stuff. Well, funny enough, Missy, I never had as many breathing problems as I've got now since I stopped smoking, and that's before I even started on the vape. But believe it looks like I use the vape a lot when I'm on here, but during the day I very rarely use it. Yeah, I've got other things I can do with my hands, but if you're doing it in public, you're likely to get arrested. Sorry, descending into smut again.
You can always go off camera.
Yeah, not outside.
You're not outside. Oh.
I know. That's why he said, when I'm outside.
Oh, dear.
Oh, here we go. The poster starting. Pictures of a battleship and a floating sausage. My uncle was hit by a torpedo.
What was it you said, babe? For those that don't know, it was only the Bell.
The only ship that was sunk during the Falklands War after being hit by a torpedo, it was the only one that was ever torpedoed, was the Argentinian Belgrano. All the British ships that were sunk or damaged were either hit by bombs or hit by Exocet missiles, usually fired from the French Escandar aircraft, which the Argentinians flew. No British ship was hit by a torpedo.
Which means Starmer's uncle was Argentinian.
Well, if he was sunk with a torpedo, yeah. Yeah, he might have meant torpedo. It might have been a slip, but someone at his level that's supposed to have had a script in front of him. You know, I haven't seen any proof, and there are people looking that he ever had any relative, either a relative in-law or a personal relative that's actually served. You know. Yeah, the Exocet was the main one, Gary.
I'm back.
Okay.
The thing is, they didn't have the anti-everything gun back then, the chain guns and what have you. What's it called? I can't remember the name. Sentinel. The ships weren't fitted with them back then. They're
I've got the biscuit
down an Exocet. I call it the anti-everything gun, but its proper name was the Sentinel.
Every time I see the idiot on camera, though, he looks like he's trying desperately not to look like he's lying.
I like the look on his face when that old dear was giving him shit in the pub the other day. He just didn't know what to say. He didn't know how to react. He just
Why? What did she say? I don't watch shit like that because I just want to punch the screen.
I've actually got it.
Oh, here we go.
I've got to find it now.
He's developed a stutter when he's talking as well, because he keeps going, look. No. She,
Right.
you're not happy. You're not happy. He's a liar.
Let me find it, and then I'll put it up. Right, here we go. Let's get to the beginning. Oh, she giving fuck, and she is a Labour supporter as well. Right, where are we? Present. Share screen. Takes me so long. There we go. Right, if you put that up, babe, and then I'll start it. I'll unmute it so you can hear what she was saying. Hopefully you can hear it. If not, there's subtitles.
It's really low volume.
Being interviewed and doing reports for the Sun newspaper after the way we as a city were abused, and after the way we as a city, the Hillsborough victims were abused by that paper, and you've come here. Secondly, you lied to us about uniting the party. I'm still a Labour Party member, and you've expelled and witch hunted in the most vicious way I've ever seen in my lifetime. And I've been a member of the Labour Party for a long, long time. You have absolutely said you had 10 pledges, you were going to carry on the Corbyn legacy. And ever since, you've done nothing but distance yourself from the ideas which tens of thousands of people joined the Labour Party to support. All you've done is feed into the Tory ideology of not supporting strikes, of carrying on with the privatisation of our health service. You're doing everything to feed into a Tory victory. Because we may as well have a Tory if we have a person like you who lies to the party, dishonesty.
Thank you very much.
And our health service is going right down the pan. And you have a big responsibility, the working class people of this country. Excuse me.
His arsehole is twitching.
Yeah.
Touching you. Can you move back now?
Matey trying to shut her up. Look.
Can you?
This is why when they're in interviews and things like that, nothing is impromptu. Everything they are asked in interviews is cleared with them first.
Yep.
Everything is fully scripted, the questions and the answers.
He did it
Yep.
today. One of the reporters, he was giving a speech somewhere. He did the press interview, questions afterwards. She asked him a question and he just went into a spiel about something. She asked the question again and he gave the same answer again. She asked him a different question and he gave the same answer again.
Robot.
Yeah, it's same as Prime Minister's question times on a Wednesday. The questions are pre-ordered, they're written down in front of him, and he's got pre-typed out answers. It's just a script. That's all they read from.
Exactly what it is. Because they cannot physically answer the questions that people actually want to know the answers to, like that lady's just proved.
Yep. And I said ages ago in a video with that one where they heckled the woman Labour MP out of the pub. That's the way he should be treated by everybody when he's in public.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way that it's going to get through to him, is if everybody speaks to him like that. Because anything in the press about him that's negative, anything on social media or the papers that's negative, he's shielded from. He doesn't get to see.
Mm-hmm.
His people shield them. It's a well-known fact. The Tories did it as well.
Yeah.
They don't know what's going on in the real world. But he does know a bit, but he just doesn't care.
No, of course he doesn't. None of them care.
No.
They sit up there in their bloody ivory towers. They don't care that the people are fucking struggling.
No. I mean, Rosie Duffield said it right when she resigned from the Labour Party. She actually said, there's more people in your party that have got more experience than you, that have been in Parliament longer than you. They've got more idea how Parliament and legislation works. and you took no notice of them at all. You just
Mhm.
blundered in your own way, and you're an embarrassment to us. You're an embarrassment to the party, and you're an embarrassment to the country.
Yeah.
Now, he can't
To
say he
put it-
didn't see
put it
that because that was
mildly.
in a letter of resignation.
Ooh, nice.
He's a dictator.
They all are.
Yep.
That's the thing. They are just the puppets.
Yeah,
for those
he's having
above.
his strings pulled.
They are puppets for the real dictators.
Yep.
And,
We know who they are. That's the WEF, BlackRock, people like that.
yep.
You know, it's.
Yes, it is.
But it doesn't matter. I mean, me and Heather were talking about this earlier. Now, if we had a coalition government, take the best people from each party, yes, they would make a lot of the decisions, but on major decisions like where the tax money is spent outside of the country and things like that, there should be a public referendum.
I'll be back in a minute. Hang on. I'll be back in.
No worries, because that money comes from us. There are a lot of things that the public don't support and don't want to support financially, but they don't take into account what we want and our feelings on it. They just go and do it because they can. So there should be public referendums on major spending like Ukraine, foreign aid and stuff like that, but they won't do it.
We've said this for years, that there's a hell of a lot of us out there that believe that money should be spent at home before we start giving it away to other countries.
Exactly, Brian.
When Greece was in difficulty, everybody sent them money. They didn't send it everywhere else because they were too busy trying to get themselves back on their feet. And that's what we should be doing as a country. We should be saying, actually, no, we need to do this. So we're not going to send it abroad. We're going to keep it for ourselves. And then when we're back on our feet and our situation is better, then we will look at sending it abroad. But right at this moment, we need it. We're trying to get rid of our national debt. We're trying to get everything sorted. So, no, it's ours. It's ours. You can go jump.
Well, he stood up today and said there's 24 billion that's been invested in this country this week, but he wouldn't say where it's from.
Well, why would he?
Because it doesn't exist.
No.
It doesn't exist. Same as that black hole. That doesn't exist. The banks proved that.
He was going on about 24 billion being invested, and then there was a thing that DPD
Not
pulled out. DP, yes, DP World had pulled out of a 20,000, 24,000, I think it was. No,
Millions.
24 million. Yeah, sorry,
But basically, there's a shipping company that's run from Dubai. They run most shipping lines, anything that's sent by boat, the containers and stuff like that. Basically, they run it. They were the ones that were at the hearing over the pay for the sailors that were hauled over the coals. Now, they were going to invest, I think it was 20 million or something, in London Port, a new container port to bring trade into Britain. They've actually withdrawn that. They withdrew that this week. Yep. A lot of the foreign investors are withdrawing. There was one, I can't remember whether it was the power company or something like that. They actually withdrew a £5 million investment in it the other day or last week. He's telling us there's investment coming into the country, and it's the opposite. A lot of investment is being withdrawn from the country, including our own
lying bastards.
But there's a lot of companies that are going, well, actually, if you are going to tax the company for on the profits that they make, why would we want to make profits in your country when we can make them in our own and keep more of it?
Well, we've lost 10,000, I think it is, millionaires that were investing in businesses in England from England. They were British. They have left the country, they've moved abroad, and they've took their money with them.
But we saw this back in the, was it 70s, 80s, when they upped the higher rate of tax, and everybody that earned over £40,000 or whatever it was in the day said, well, I'm now in the higher rate of taxpayer, I'm going to move.
Mm.
And it's why everybody went to Monaco, places like that, and Jersey. Everybody
to the tax havens.
They left in their droves.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll happen again.
Because it went that far at one point. I think it was back in the early 80s that they tried to get access to see what people had in Swiss bank accounts.
Mm.
And they wanted to investigate everybody's offshore accounts. But they were turned down the access to it. So he's lying. Every time he opens his mouth, he's lying. I mean, there's even rumours now coming from official sources, but they're not saying which official sources, that the budget at the end of this month, national insurance will be going up, tax will be going up, not just for the elite, not just for the big earners, across the board.
Mm-hmm.
Cigarette duty, fuel duty is going to go way high. Alcohol will go way high. And again, someone else pointed out today in a video, banning smoking. Well, straight away, if you instantly ban smoking in this country, they're going to lose over £10 billion a year in revenue on tobacco alone.
Yep. Yeah.
The Conservatives have been saying for years, we haven't increased your tax, we haven't increased your national insurance, we're not charging you anymore. Yes, you are, because every year the tax-free allowance and the NI-free allowance has gone up.
Yeah, well, they're going to raise the energy cap again as well at the budget for electric.
Except in the last few years where it's all stayed the same. So that means, yes, your salary's gone up a bit. Minimum wage has gone up, yeah. But so you end up paying more in tax, even though the taxable rate hasn't gone, the tax rate hasn't gone up. The amount of money that you earn that is now taxable has gone up, therefore you end up paying more tax.
Moo's put in there, surely, I say, take it, that's a typo. Surely people can see this. Now,
you'd think so.
There's thousands of videos on YouTube and social media that point it out. But there's more people that don't watch and don't look at social media than there is that do throughout the country and the world. Believe me, there's billions of people look at social media, but there's more people that don't look at it than that does.
Yeah, my point is not that the Conservatives have put up tax by not giving us a bigger tax-free allowance. They have increased tax, but they can say they have not increased tax. So Starmer can do exactly the same.
But it's like I always say, increase wages, you will increase your tax naturally. Because if you're earning more, you're going to pay more. You know, that's basic.
If the tax-free allowance had gone up like it should have done, then we wouldn't be paying as much.
Yep. Well, you got these new laws coming in, well, it's not for 2-year unemployment, where the minimum wage will be the same across the board. They'll do away with the age bans on wages.
Kids won't be employed.
But again, Now, if you read through that bill, it's freely available what they're planning to do on the government website. I've looked at it. Now, there's a lot in that bill that will benefit working people. A lot of it isn't to do with money. It's to make the sorry, my throat's going. The employment laws easier, and it gives people more security in their job. Now, they're taking money away from people at the moment, like the heating allowance. They're going to be charging more tax. Now, they're doing that immediately. But that bill they're pushing through, which is going to go through pretty quick, won't come into effect, and they're not going to implement it for 2 years. Why? Because they want to do a study on it. Now, they can take the money away from us without doing a study, but they can't give us back anything without doing a study. It shows it, the hypocrisy of them.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Anybody with any ounce of common sense can see it. It's, I talk political, but I'm not really a political person. I don't understand a lot of the politics. All I look at it is from a layman's terms, and I explain it in layman's terms. People, they used to say it about Reverend Simon Sideways. Oh, yeah, Rev for PM. There's people on my channel, oh, Rog for PM. I wouldn't have a clue what to do if I got in that position.
No.
Because I can only look at it from basic terms, layman's terms. And that's what I comment on, what the normal man in the streets is and how the normal man in the street sees it and says it, because I am the normal man in the street. It's all common sense, Moo, and a lot of them haven't got it. They've got good educations, but they've got no common sense, no integrity, and no morals.
The thing is, MPs just bend the truth. What they're saying is correct. We're not going to put tax up, but we're not going to give you any extra either.
Yeah,
it's.
We're going to give you the way I see it. I'm just taking numbers out the top of my head. We're going to make you better off by 5% financially. But by what we're putting in around you, you're going to be worse off by 15%.
Yeah.
It's the old saying, they give it with one hand, but take more back with the other.
Absolutely.
And
yes,
they make
they do.
it sound and look like they're doing you a favour, but they're not.
But they'll sit there and turn around and say, rates of pay have gone up. I bet my old boss hasn't put a bloody rate of pay up because he's not making enough profit to warrant the increase in salary.
Well, I like
Mhm.
what you told him when you spoke to him the other month. She had to speak to him on business about something else to get some advice. And he actually turned round to her and said, I wish I'd known you weren't working. He said, I could have done with you back here. I've taken on new people. And she just told him straight to his face, you couldn't afford me now. I thought, good on you, girl.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Gary, that's the thing. They explain it in political terms. And a lot of people don't understand political speak. They understand layman's terms, basic information. Even educated people that are below their level of education understand the layman's terms. Basic speaking, that they don't speak it in that terms. And they cover so much up by saying one thing that actually means another.
Well, but looking back to predicting Partygate, when they were dishing out the rules, they turning around and saying, you can have an office meeting.
Yeah.
We knew there and then that they were going to be gathering within their group, within their bubble, their work bubble for work purposes. They
Mhm.
were telling us they were going to get together and have bloody staff parties.
Look, it's what happened with Sue Gray. Now that it shows it perfectly if you think about it logically and look at what happened. Now she was the one that run the Partygate investigation. Yeah, she was the one that gave the big report on it, absolutely slating the Tories. She was supposed to be impartial, yet how come she was second in command running this country for Labour? How can she say she run that inquiry impartially when she was in Labour's pocket?
Well, we've proved that she was in Labour's pocket because
They
it's
have
now
now.
coming out.
Not at the time, though.
No,
Not at the
but now it's coming out that Starmer was at his pal's flat.
Yep.
Not at home, not where he should be.
Yeah,
But
but that's
as you-
nothing to do with her. That was nothing to do with her. She was drawing a bigger salary than him from the public coffers for being his second in command. Basically, what she was saying, he repeated, and that's what he was implementing. Yet she was supposed to be impartial during Partygate inquiry. And guess what? Now she's been, well, she actually resigned. I think she was pushed into it. It's either step down from your position or we're going to boot you out, is the way I see it. Now she's going to be given another position in the party that's nowhere near as high as what she's got, but she wants severance pay for leaving that position, the second in command.
Greedy bitch.
Well, yeah.
Exactly. And she's got a peerage as well. Thank you, Missy. I forgot about that. They voted her and give her a peerage. So she's now another Labour advocate in the House of Lords. And that's why they want to do away with hereditary peerships and titles, because they know they can get more people that work for Labour into the House of Lords. So they will have control of the House of Lords as well as the House of Commons.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. She'll sit up next to Lord Ali. What's his face in there? And you got Sunak standing up on a Wednesday afternoon, absolutely slating Labour for their mandates, things they're putting in place, without even thinking, the brainless twat, that a lot of those things he started to implement and said he was going to implement while he was in power. But now he stood there and slating them for it. Again, it shows the hypocrisy that goes on.
It's riddled with it.
Yeah,
Left,
absolutely.
right, and bloody centre.
Absolutely. They're the biggest criminal gang in the country, are the politicians, from both sides. Yeah, it's just a matter of people don't sit and look and listen to what they're saying and what they're doing. And the time to look is when they've got their little gatherings in there, of maybe a dozen in the house when they're discussing things rather than a full house, because more gets pushed through in those meetings than there does at any other time. But none of that gets publicised.
Of course it doesn't.
Liz Truss got a peerage as well, Brian. Exactly. I mean, she was the one that literally brought the country to its knees in 40 days. And look who's running for the Tory leadership now. Her ex-chancellor. Well, he got booted out, didn't he? But
the world is a stage.
You got two runners now for the Tory leadership, and one of them only got a British citizenship by a scam. Kimmy Badenoch.
I don't know who that is. I won't lie.
It's the coloured woman that stands up and does all the shouting for Sunak. Now, she's Nigerian.
Mm-hmm.
Her mother got pregnant in Nigeria. They didn't even speak English. I think it was 8 months pregnant. She came to Britain to have the child, just so that child was entitled to a British citizenship. When she was born, they went back to Nigeria. She was educated in America, but she moved back here. She couldn't hardly speak English when she moved back here. She moved back here and used her British citizenship and passport to get her family over here. And she ended up, I'm not saying she's not good at her job. I'm not saying she doesn't fight for the country. But what I'm saying is she got her British citizenship through a scam.
Yeah.
And it was rife back then. It was well known. Well, I say millions, thousands of them did it. Came to have their kids just so their kids would have a British citizenship.
Yeah.
And then they bugger off back home. And as soon as they're old enough, they move to Britain.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that until I looked it up the other day. And then someone else, I mentioned it to somebody, and there was a few other people put it up in videos as well after that. But, yeah. Yeah, that's Britain today. This is diverse Britain.
Yeah. I'm just going to go and get my Udi on because I'm freezing. Hang on a minute.
No worries.
Show off.
I know, right?
Oh, it's far from over, Missy. Far from over. And I said, when was it? Wednesday. Sorry, babe, I'm taking over again, aren't I? Everybody said about, why doesn't King Charles dissolve the government? But legally, he can't. The only way the king now, because of Sunak changed the law, the only way King Charles can dissolve a government is if it's requested by the party that's in power. He can't just walk in and dissolve the government because people don't like him. Yeah. So basically, we're screwed. The only way we can get Starmer out is if his party pulls him down. And if the party feels that they're losing, they have the power now at any point, because Sunak put that in law for himself, where they can turn around and say, we don't want to be in power anymore. We want to invoke a general election. And that is down to the government to do that. And they can do it within a certain time period now. They don't have to wait for the first term or anything. And, if I can find that information out, basic information with my basic skills on a computer, because they are basic compared to most people, then really anybody should be able to find that sort of information. It's
not fair you rubbing it in that you've got a nice Udi.
And I don't care how much of a dick I look either.
You don't?
Yep.
You just look nice and warm.
Moo, Sunak did change the treason laws, so no member of parliament can be charged with treason. He did that within 6 months of him getting in power. Because they still could have been pulled down and prosecuted for treason up until then, but he realised that and he was advised of it, so they changed the law very quietly, and the Lords pushed it through. And of course, I think it was Queen Eel was King Charles in power when he did it, but it went through royal assent just like that, like any main law change.
I'm in the middle of a domestic with Daniel.
Oh.
He's on about coming over driving to me to pick me up and then coming to you. And I'm like, no, mate, that's adding 2 hours onto your journey. No.
No, tell him just tell him you're coming over early in the morning. You're coming over for lunch.
Because we're still worried about you travelling over on the train anyway.
That was my fault, because when he messaged, I'm like, check with Holly, because I hadn't seen your conversation. So I was
right.
like,
give me a sec. I'm just going to voice message him. Give me a sec.
I was going to say, if it's easier for him to come and see you there, Holly, rather than you come here,
No,
He
no,
can
no,
come
no,
and
no,
see us
no,
at any
no.
time.
We've
It's not a
got rid
problem.
of that option. No, you're muted, Hol.
Yeah,
Oh, he's doing that. Yeah,
yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah, but I've got nice warm tops like that. But with the weight I put on, the bastards don't fit me anymore.
Which is why I can't nick them.
I mean, I've got that nice hoodie out there. It's got a big fleece lining and fluffy lining, but I can't get it done up. What's going on in the trap anyway, Missy? We're not screwed yet. No, but we're nearly there, Missy. Nearly there. But the way the governments are going, it's reverting back to the tactics and the way they used to run it in the medieval times with the landowners and the lords. And we're just the serfs. I've got mine off X.
Yeah, but Stitch, you're not much bigger than my granddaughter, so anything on you is huge. I want that big, but it's finding somewhere that doesn't.
Look like a warm dick look. Yeah, Brian. Liz Truss sent there was 32 went in with her, but that was only
There we go. Sorry about that.
through Sunak because an outgoing PM lawfully can name so many people, put them forward for a peerage. Any outgoing Prime Minister can do that. They can put a certain number forward.
Yeah, I've just messaged him and said that I will buy cake, but I'm not baking. So that means he's not getting maple bacon cupcakes.
You get a bacon butty and I'm done with it.
You'll get a bacon butty and be grateful for it.
You know, he said he wants cake. I'll buy cake. I'll happily buy cake. You know me and the muffins.
Yeah, I do.
That votes on their side to hold.
I'll bring my own Holly-friendly snacks.
Yes, Brian. Absolutely.
Because I can actually eat like gluten-free biscuits and a few cake type things now, so it's all good. Hey, Jenny.
Hi, Jen.
How's your headache? I think she had a headache, didn't she?
Yeah.
I got the big surfy one out there, but like I said, I can't get the bloody thing done up.
Well, this thing literally fits two people. I mean, look at the size of it.
Holly, I am two people on my own.
Look. You can comfortably fit. It's been proven. It was proven like last week. You can fit two people in this, in the arms and everything. And I don't care how much of an idiot I look. I'm warmer.
I want one like that that's like that on me. So I need one that will fit 4 people.
Where are the ones that I saw on eBay? Oh, it might have been Amazon, actually.
So I'm just checking to see how much
there
lag
are
there is
lots out
between
there.
you
I've
and
just got to find the right one, because I'm not paying 80 quid if I can get one for 40.
we just skin a sheep, turn it inside out.
I'll ask Joe if he can save me a sheepskin.
Yeah, usually they take the fur off. There's very few places that will tan them with the fur on. We used to get told off for doing it in the tannery. I took a deer skin in one day and threw it in. in the tanning drums.
I can't find any that. Why are they all one size?
That's the problem with an awful lot of them. They are all one size. And so I think yours is my best bet so far, because they go up to something like a size 40, which is way too big for me.
Mm.
Yeah, but if you want something that's snug, that's what you want.
Well, it's like my my robe that Donna bought me.
Graham,
Hang on a minute.
Donna bought me a waffle robe, and she said, "What size do you want?" I said, "What's the biggest size they do?" And she told me. I said, "Get me that one." So it wraps right around. It's not, doesn't end up edge to edge, and I can get a bit bigger in the middle.
it was thanks to Graham Wednesday that we knew that the film Threads was on. I didn't realise until he told us in my live on Wednesday night.
Yeah, thanks for that heads up, Graham. It was
Yeah.
interesting film. I wish
And I'd never seen it before, to be honest.
I wish I'd have realised they were talking about it beforehand as well.
I only realised when I went up.
Caught the
It was
last
only
sort of.
a 10-minute documentary from the bloke who actually wrote it.
Hi, Graham.
And there was another documentary on after it as well, along the same sort of lines. Right, well, I need to visit well, it's not a little boy's room in this house, is it? It's
Yeah, Dan's really not happy about me getting the train. Why is everybody so stressed about me getting on trains? My mother's just like, what? No, I don't want to have to come pick you up from wherever you fucking end up.
But it's like you say, it is a straightforward journey.
Yeah, I'll get the train to
Brum.
and then from
change
there
platform
to
and come
you.
out, yeah. And we'll meet you up the road. That's not an issue.
Yeah, that's fine. If I get lost, I get lost. Hell, I got on a train years ago. This is why my mum never lets me forget this. So at the station, there's a 2-carriage train. And I know that there's usually one during the day that's a 2-carriage train. One goes to Wales and one goes to Telford. Well, I was wanting to go to Telford, and there was always announcements over the thing with the platform standing at, the train standing at platform, blah, blah, goes to blah, blah, blah. This train splits. Carriage A is for Wales, carriage. There was none of that. It was just the train standing at platform 4B is going to Telford. I was like, wicked. Went and sat on it. Sort of, faffing around with my bag and everything. I'm looking out going, scenery's a bit fucking different. Anyway, 10 minutes later, it comes over the tannoy. Welcome to Arriva Trains Wales. This train is going to Aberystwyth. Oh, fuck.
Oh, wow.
Can you pick me up from Welshpool, because I'm on the train to Aberystwyth instead of Telford, and there isn't an actual train back after this one. And she was like, "Oh, you fucking dick." Oh, I'm sorry. So she had to drive out to Welshpool to pick me up, and it's always an ongoing joke. It's like when I went up to Stockport the other week, nobody wanted me getting on a train. Nobody. And my mum was like, let me know that you're on the right train, so I know that I don't have to come and pick you up. I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so hopeless.
Yeah, you see, I can get that one.
That's nice. That looks snuggly.
but it's only to the knees. I wanted a nice long one, but all the ones they do are that length. So being not being 5 foot tall, and I don't know how tall that model is. I don't know how long it'll be on me. Oh, model is 5'8". There you go. So it'll be to my knee as well.
Mhm.
But yeah, they do 2 sizes, large and extra large, and their extra large goes up to a size 40. So I think
That's all
that
right
should
then.
fit me.
It should. It should.
So I don't think I'm going to mess about. I think I'm just going to pick one of theirs, decide which one I like best.
Hmm.
Because that one's 26 quid, so it's not going to break the bank.
No.
I could have it in baby blue or baby pink as well. Because I love those colours. Not.
Okay. I have got a mint green one that's got avocados all over it.
I've seen those.
I've got this one. I've got another Harry Potter one, which is blue with like stars all over it. And then I've got the
Yeah.
avocado one. And then I've got my Harry Potter dressing gown as well with the wizard hood.
Yeah, you see they did that one as well. That's
Ooh, that's nice.
more velour-y.
Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, no. Oh, I can't
That,
stand.
that
Oh,
looks like something you'd lay on the floor that you've shot.
yeah.
But I quite like velour.
This is kind of velour-y, but that makes it look like I'm going to stop breathing when I touch it. That's a sensory thing. No. Nope.
My
It's like
daughter's
touching. It's
Not
like
fluffy enough.
it's like touching microfiber. Ooh.
Are you okay
No.
with cotton wool?
Sometimes.
She can't do cotton wool.
Mm.
Can't do cotton wool.
Oh, excuse me.
No, there's I've done it before, like when we've been shopping and I've gone and picked something up going, oh, that looks nice. And I've picked it up like that going, oh, and I've gone, oh, oh, oh. And I've literally had a spaz out in the middle of Aldi going, oh, oh.
I used to know women like that. Ooh, I ain't touching that.
The suit I got for her wedding, she was like, what's it like, Mum? There, no.
Yes. And it's really weird. You can't explain sensory problems to somebody who hasn't got them. It's like if I touch certain materials, the back of my throat closes up. And they're just like, what? I'm like, it's the tism. I don't know what it is, but it's the tism. And some textures make me want to vomit. They actually make me gag. It's no. It's horrible.
So she can't do cotton wool.
Mm-mm.
She can't do cotton wool.
There's certain types. I mean, even those, the cotton pads, the cotton wool pads, like the flat ones. Even some of them, I'll pick. Say I'll go to like Superdrug or something. Oh, they've got like 3 of them for £1. I'll grab some of them, and then I open one packet and I touch it and go, nope, nope, and the whole lot has to go. Yeah. Fuck my life. Why am I like this?
Yeah, I was like that, Brian, with crimpling trousers. My mum bought me a pair when I was young, and I'm like, oh, no, I am wearing them.
See, Stitch understands. Texture's making you want to throw up.
I can sort of understand, but I can't because nothing does that to me. But I can sort of understand the whole, yeah.
Whoever invented microfiber needs shooting. No. Microfiber. Oh, Jesus Christ.
The microfiber flannels. I'd rather use wire wool.
Oh, God, it's gross. It's like my mum, right? Me and my mum, whenever we go anywhere, we'll always get each other a tea towel. It's just become this unwritten thing that
Rather
if
than
I
a
go
fridge magnet.
my nan was the fridge magnet girl. My nan was just full of her fridge was just like horrendous with fridge magnets. But me and my mum, for some reason, it's tea towels. And she went. Where did she go on holiday last year? I can't remember. No, she went this year. Wherever she went this year, she got me a tea towel, and it was in a bag. And I opened it up and just stuck my hand in and pulled it out. And as soon as I pulled it out, that's when I realized, oh shit, I'm touching microfiber. And I just literally threw it out. I went, oh! And she was like, what? I was like, it's fucking microfiber. And she was like, oh shit. I was like, oh. It's literally been thrown in the airing cupboard. And that's where it lives.
We were like that move. You didn't eat it the day before, you got given it the next day to finish it.
Yes.
See, you had
I'm
choices
okay.
back in my day. You eat it or go hungry.
I am okay with cleaning the plug hole out after somebody's washed up. I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
That doesn't bother me. Does not bother me in the slightest. If I put my hands in the washing up bowl and there's crumbs and food bits, but if there's food in the sink, I can literally pick it out with my bare hands. Doesn't bother me.
Why do all women expect the blokes to clean the hair out the plug holes in the shower?
I don't know. Is this a joke? Am I waiting for the punchline?
I am.
I have never ever known a woman to clean out the hairs in the plug hole.
I do, but that's because if I don't, it all fills up with water because I lose so much fucking hair. So I have to. But I get the tweezers on it because I can't get it with these fuckers. I have to get the tweezers on it. And
you were never a punk then, Brian, if you couldn't wear mohair.
oh, mohair. Ooh. No.
Oh, that was
do you know what my mum
for a punk rocker was mohair?
Now, my mum used to. She's a knitter. She's an avid knitter. She's actually just got a knitting machine. She's going crazy with it. But she always used to knit all our jumpers, and I remember she knit me and my sister an Aran jumper. Oh my god, it was like wearing wire wool. It was fucking horrible. And you know what? It's no wonder I was an absolute little cunt as a child because I was constantly overstimulated. This fucking jumper was horrid. And it would touch my skin and I'd be like, oh my god. Anybody in the chat remember Aran jumpers? And I mean proper Aran jumpers. The wool on it was just, it may as well have been made with frigging garden twine.
Yeah.
Ugh. It was horrible. It was gross. I mean, she threatened to make me one a couple of years ago. I was just like, you do that and I'll put you in a fucking home, woman. But no, she actually she's got like I said, she's got a knitting machine now. So she's been practicing and making. Well, this is the latest thing that she made.
Cool.
A little baby hoodie. She's been making like all the traditional. Jesus Christ, our message thread's big. Oh my god. Oh my life, where is it? Like, oh, hang on, that's not gonna. Let me turn my brightness down a bit. Let me turn my brightness down.
So who's expecting a girl?
Nobody. It's just what she's practicing on, and a lot of them she'll donate to like the neonatal unit and things like that. But
we've got one of our mates, his mom does a lot of knitting, and she regularly takes them all down car boot, and they are beautiful.
Yeah,
I don't know how she manages to knit so many. I got a box of wool and I gave it to him and I said, "Here, give this to your mom because she'll turn it into something other than a box of wool."
Oh my God. That stuff, Gordo, was like greaseproof paper. That was even I remember that in infant school we had that stuff, and it was like greaseproof paper. I know exactly what you're on about. It was awful stuff.
Shiny, spread the shit around.
Oh yeah, it didn't catch nothing.
But as a girl trying to wipe away drips, it didn't happen either.
No,
Moved
it
them
didn't
around.
absorb anything. It was bloody awful stuff. Oh, what have I got on there? Well, I'm attempting to learn how to crochet.
Okay.
When my hands permit. I've just got to get a different crocheting hook off my mum because the one I've got is a bit small and it's snagging the individual threads on the wool. So my mum's
picking up half the wool rather than the whole because the hook's
too small. Yeah, and it's getting a bit annoying. So I can I managed to do one chain and then I started fucking up the wool, and it just wasn't happening. So I practice as often as my hands will let me. So we'll see. I did get into macrame or macrame, however you pronounce it, last year. So that was quite therapeutic. It's just basically knotting.
It is. Yeah, I
Knotting
made
over. Knotting, not knotting.
made a knotted owl.
Oh, I made a couple of key rings, a couple of bracelets. And then the shit hit the fan and I lost interest in it. But I still got it all in the cupboard. You'll have to send Dan your address because he hasn't got it and I can't remember it. It's on my sat nav. There we go. There we go. Oh yeah, I'll come to you and then he's gonna bring me back.
I thought that would probably happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because that sort of makes sense. Because he's
Well, the thing is, if he wants to carry on and get up to Liverpool because he's got things to do, Holly can leave at her own leisure because there's plenty of trains that'll be going backwards and forwards. So,
yeah,
they go to New Street from here. I think it's every 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, if he needs, I've said to him, taking me back, if he needs a break before heading up to Liverpool, then, he can come and have a brew at mine when he drops me off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My phone will not let me put it kept auto-correcting the number to an even number rather than an odd number. Or
Okay.
I'm just slightly typing wrong. And then I went to put the road name in, and it took out half the number anyway. Oh, yeah. Space. There we go.
At least it can't be as bad as Dan. He has been sending me birthday cards for 4 years? Same as Christmas cards. Last year, though, he sent both of them to the wrong pigging address. I had to pick up both of them one after the other. I was like, are you serious, mate? How long have you been sending me cards and now all of a sudden you get my address wrong? But do you remember last year before, when he ordered them cupcakes and they didn't arrive?
Yours?
He ordered me cupcakes for my birthday. Everyone chipped in, didn't they? But they never arrived. They never arrived. I'm thinking maybe they were sent to that address and they
Yeah.
kept them.
Well, my daughter ordered some flowers for the wedding. Bouquets for herself, little ones for the bridesmaids, and because she meant silk flowers.
Mm-hmm.
And she'd put them to be sent to here. They'd delivered them in her road, but her road, my number.
So what had they done? Got like the delivery address and the billing address mashed up together, or what?
Yeah.
What a bunch of idiots.
She managed to get them. She managed to find them because she was chasing them. And they're like,
Thankfully.
oh, well, they've been delivered. So they went door knocking. Elle went door knocking to see if she could find them. Right,
That's
he's got an
smart.
address. He's got an address.
Oh, yeah, that's the big story tomorrow. Well, it's a big story today, isn't it? That woman that got sentenced to life for killing her parents. Oh, she evil bitch. They've actually showed on the news the police body cam footage of them raiding her house to arrest her. And she's just
Okay.
stood in the hallway telling them where the bodies are in the house, how she killed both of them, told them where all the bank books were and the cash that she got out using their bank accounts. Absolute nutter.
What's that about? Sorry.
There was a woman in Essex, I think it was. She killed her 70-year-old parents.
Oh,
One
God.
she stabbed to death and beat to death with a hammer. And that
Jesus
was, I
Christ.
think it was the mother. And the father, she poisoned him. She
Why?
put one in one of the downstairs room, and I think it was the mother she put in a wardrobe in the bedroom. And the bodies were still there when the police burst in to arrest her. So she was just
How
stood
long
there
has it been
telling.
there?
Don't know whether it was over money or whatever. I don't know. But she's been
How-
given life.
How long were they dead before they found them?
I don't know. They hadn't said, but apparently nobody looked happy at the smell in the house.
How did she live with that smell? I mean, I remember an old friend many years ago. She lived in this massive house because she had a fucking shit ton of kids, and I could smell this. It was the smell of death. And I walked in the house and I was like, "Something's died in here." And she was just like, "What?" I says, you know what my sense of smells like. I am like a bloody cadaver dog. I was like, "Nah, something's died in here." And I traced it all the way around the house and I found it in one of the kids' rooms. Basically, there was a mouse in there that had died under one of the beds. And that in itself, it was a horrible smell. So 2 human bodies. How did she live in that smell?
Well, the human body, if it's just left, and it's
That ain't going to cut it. That she'd have to strap it to a bloody face, surely.
if it's not in. But the first thing they do is drain all the fluids and that out the body, obviously, because it's like animals. The everything
It is.
inside the internal organs break down and turn into like a soup.
Yeah.
And then after a short period of time, that starts leaking out the body. And that
Yeah.
creates a lot of the smell, as everything's breaking down. It's the same as when they say, oh, people are scared shitless when they've seen a body move in the morgue.
Yeah.
Well, basically,
I've had that with dead animals. I've had it with dead animals. It's freaky. It's like, what?
Rigor mortis only lasts for a short period of time, and there's 2 stages of it.
Mm-hmm.
Where the body stiffens up, then it relaxes, then it stiffens up, then it relaxes. And as the stuff's degrading and everything's melting, muscles are relaxing. So, limbs will move as muscles relax and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it totally freaks people out.
Yeah. You know what?
Somebody's been in the morgue for a fortnight and all of a sudden they're fucking waving at you.
do you know what? I often thought about working in a morgue. I know that sounds really bad, but I was like, I could actually do that job, work in a morgue or a funeral home. I could do it.
Well, Heather's daughter has to deal with dead bodies all the time.
At the end of the day, it's just a body. It's just a vessel.
It's when they've been left and haven't been found.
Yeah.
Those are when they're not easy to deal with, shall we say.
I would assume kids as well would be a hard one to deal with.
Yeah.
Mm.
That sort of goes without saying, but
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
but no, I reckon I could do that. I could work in a morgue or a funeral home. Wouldn't bother me.
Mate of mine down in Cornwall, his missus was a coroner, and we were in the pub one night, and we said, "Well, what's the worst one you've had to deal with?" And apparently, a body, a woman, middle-aged woman, had been laid in the bed for nearly 2 years before anybody found her, and basically, she degraded that much she actually became part of the bedding.
Yeah,
her body had melted into the bedding and the mattress.
Whoa.
She said that was probably the worst one that she's ever had to deal with.
Oh my
the
God.
biggest problem is moving them.
But, I've had to move burnt bodies, but
just the weight of them. Donna's buggered her back.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian, there's people that have been found with relatives, they didn't want to bury them. They weren't particularly interested in the money that they could make, from their paperwork or something. They just didn't want to admit that the person had died, so they'd sit them in a chair, dress them and all sorts of things. It's, obviously mental health issues going on there somewhere. But
thought his dad was sleeping for months. Oh my God.
We had a guy down the road that did not declare his mother was dead because he kept claiming a pension.
Oh God.
Police
but
broke
it's
it.
one of those.
One of the neighbours smelt it or something.
Yeah. Yeah. It's one of those, he wasn't working. I don't know whether he was entitled to any benefits or anything because he lived with his mum. I don't know what the situation was. But I think at the end of the day, he was just terrified. Without that money, he'd got nothing to live on. And he was likely to get thrown out of the house.
Oh, God.
But they also queried the fact that he may have been responsible for her death as well.
Oh, really?
But
oh, that's sad.
But we didn't hear much about it afterwards, did we?
No, that's sad. That is. Oh, I got bits of biscuit in the bottom of my coffee.
Yum.
Bonus.
Yum.
What's everyone up to for the weekend then?
Me, I'm going to be sleeping, I think.
I'll make a change.
Oh, I don't start your.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm not on stop yawning.
Sorry. He keeps me awake. I wake him up. He keeps me awake. Da 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 da. So.
Well, I'm managing to sort out my sleeping pattern. I'm not actually sleeping as much now, so that's at least something.
Mine's all over the place again. I lay awake most nights, but some mornings I'll stay comfortable. The other morning I didn't get up till 8 o'clock. Yet the morning
Bloody
before
hell.
I was up at 2:30, 3.
Yeah.
I know it buggers me up when he stays there till 8 o'clock because he'll do what I do and get up to go to the loo or something and then come back to bed. And I'm like, oh, I was going to roll over.
Whereas
Spoil my
if I get up at 3,
fun.
4 o'clock, she can roll over and go back to sleep.
Mm. Yeah.
But, brain just plus I've been suffering with my legs again quite badly recently because they're still swelling up and what have you, but that's something else I've got to get investigated again.
Fucking getting me yawning.
You're out of focus, babe.
What, me?
I think it's a Wi-Fi thing rather than a camera thing.
As I say, it looks stable on there.
Yeah, you went Wi-Fi
That's better.
glitchy before.
That's better. That's better.
It might be that camera again.
It'll focus on the chair behind him or something when he moves, and it's just enough.
Mhm.
So I've got the focus on auto. It's not set. So
I don't even think this thing's got any settings like that.
What the hell's that emoji there?
Which one?
It's the worrying emoji.
Oh, it's hand. Yes, I see
Like,
the hand now. I could see the teeth, and I was trying to work out what it was.
And there is one available that's
Is that?
biting nails. Yeah, there you go. You can only use certain custom emojis on certain applications. Other ones reject them. Because you had that problem, didn't you, Dan?
I did.
What do you mean?
She used, was it a Facebook one on YouTube or something, and it wouldn't accept it. It kept rejecting it.
I was putting a comment on one of his videos, and I put a clown emoji, and it wasn't a Facebook emoji. It wasn't a YouTube emoji, so it kept rejecting my message.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was getting comments removed on Wednesday night.
Really?
I'm always getting comments. I literally have to have my comment section open on YouTube when I've done a video to catch comments because they remove them. Because someone said on Wednesday, "Oh, how did you answer that comment?" Because it got removed.
Yeah.
I said, "Well, because YouTube doesn't send me alerts, I watch for comments. So if I catch them in them few minutes before they remove them, my reply will stay up, but the comment will be removed." You know, I have got other avenues and ways that I can see them.
Yeah.
And get kind of some alerts for them, but they've done it to me all along.
Facebook did actually temporarily hide some comments the other day on one of my posts. You know that post I put up saying it was a meme and it says, "Is this infected? Bear's soul."
Yeah.
Well, Dan put on it, "It's fucking gangrenous." And I replied, "It still looks better than your fucking face."
Yeah.
And we were just having a back and forth banter, and it wouldn't let me see that message, that comment that I'd put about it looking better than his face. but it hadn't hidden it either.
Yeah.
You know how sometimes it comes up saying this comment has been hidden because it's offensive,
Yeah.
and you have to click unhide. Didn't say that. I didn't get notification from them saying they'd removed it. It just wasn't there, no matter what I did. And then I don't know, it must have been a glitch or something, but a little while later I went back on my profile and I could see it.
Well, I get that on YouTube. I'll go into the manage videos where, you know, you get all your comments and everything up on there. And the comment won't show on there. But I'll go and click onto the video itself and look under the video and it will be there. Or I'll go into analytics and show all comments. And I find comments on there that I thought had been removed weeks ago, and there they all are. It's like they delay them for weeks after you've posted the video. It's something YouTube have done to me right from the beginning. You know, they've been on my case right from day one, basically.
They're asshats for it.
Which is not surprising, considering some of the content I used to put up.
That's
You'd
true.
have thought after nearly 4 years, you know, I have cleaned up what I say, and I'm very careful about what I say in the videos. And that's why I write the notes out, so I don't inadvertently say and slip into something that I shouldn't. You know, you'd think that, oh, yeah, he's cleaned up, we'll stop harassing him, but they don't. And I know they watch mine. I can tell by the amount of time it takes when they do the checks on the video before it's allowed up. Some videos I'll do on certain subjects, it will take a matter of a minute. But then you can tell because it will come back up as, oh, it's gone from 10% checked back to 0 checked. And I can watch the timer click down, and literally it won't go through the checks until the amount of time that the video took to play has gone through. So if it's a 10-minute video, it will take them 10 minutes to check. So what they're doing is something's flagging up something I've said or something like that, and it's gone to get a human to review the whole video to see if there's anything else in there.
I just think
checking what they're doing.
I just think it's somebody at YouTube is a fan and they want to watch his video first.
Yeah.
Well, I quite often put in the videos and say, oh, yeah, the YouTuber messing about again. You know, there's one of the guys sat there watching, and because he can remove things, bring things out, he's got his tissue under the table. Getting his satisfaction for the day for messing somebody up.
I'm just going to go and make another brew and have a smoke. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's why I said, it don't matter what you do on the videos. Once they've picked up on one thing, you'll never, ever get to play on a level playing field again with them. They just won't let you do it. I get so many comments removed, and not anything that's offensive. They actually removed one that just said, respect Roger, and a thumbs up. And that got removed.
But you've had certain people say they can't comment, and they're being victimised.
I won't mention any names, but there was one. He's had to have several profiles just so he can comment.
Yeah.
Not just on my channel, on other channels as well.
No.
He actually got blocked from commenting on any channel.
Well, that's why I wasn't going to name them, but yeah, I know you've had more than one, to be honest.
Yeah.
More than one have complained that they've got issues.
Well, I quite often get a comment from Graham. He does get a lot of comments removed, unfortunately. And I've seen some of the comments before they get removed, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with them. So it's obvious, you know, they've been on his case for a while as well. It's YouTube. It is what it is, you know. Yeah, but they're clamping down on the others as well, Brian. Rumble isn't too bad as much as the others, but they are getting hassle where advertisers aren't going on there now because of the content. So they're having to find funding from other places to keep the platform going. BitChute used to be the same. I used to post on BitChute, but they've clamped down. They're nearly as bad as YouTube now on censorship. Twitter, I've never bothered with it because they're just a law unto themselves. It's ridiculous on there. Is it X they call it now? I mean, I've often thought about opening an account with them just to see how long it takes before I could get thrown off of it. But I get the odd video and post that's been covered up on Facebook. But they'll put on there, you know, this contains such and such. Click on here to continue to see the post. I get that regular. And it's usually posts that I've shared. I've got one brilliant friend on there who does post some stuff very close to the mark, and I quite often repost them and they get it.
They're having a go at me now. Look, it's taking Gary 20 minutes to get his phone sorted.
It's, you know, it's social media. It's its own worst enemy at times. It really is.
But at least Holly hasn't cut us off this week.
But, you know, I mean, yeah, okay, people make comments that are close to the mark. But that's like I put when they put that thing out on Facebook, they sent me the email and that about accepting they're using my data to make AI better, and I didn't want it, so I rejected it. And they said, oh, we're only honouring some that have said no. And I've actually got an email from them saying that they will honour what they said. I don't know whether it's still on there, actually. Let's have a look. Discord. Oh, I've got some new comments on there anyway. Oh, why has that come up like that?
What are you doing?
I'm looking at my emails. Oh, there it is. I'll show you that email. Present, share screen, Windows. That one. Because I objected to it. Now, they asked you if you wanted to, the original post was if you wanted to object, but they said they look into it and decide who's they're going to reject and who they ain't. Now, I pointed out to them that I'd made complaints about certain channels, certain posts, certain profiles, some quite serious ones about causing mental health issue, sexual, copying people's profiles, using posts from people's profiles and misrepresenting them. And Facebook hadn't done a thing. No, we're going to leave the post up, this, that, and the other. So, and I actually put that in the message to them. So, well, look, you haven't honoured before. You don't use the censorship as it should be used. Why should you be allowed to use any of my data to progress your platform, basically? And that was the email I got back from them.
Can I stop sharing that now?
Sorry. There you go.
It's all right.
I did delete the others. If I went into it, I could probably find the others, but it's from Gary just now saying that it'd been blocked from yours.
Yeah, Gary was having problems. You all right for a minute while I nip next door?
Yeah,
I'll be back soon after a fag.
that's all
But
right.
you're okay chatting.
Yeah. Everybody's
Bloody hell.
deserting me, look. Oh, we'll move that down a bit so I can see how many are watching. There we go. It's actually not too cold here at the moment, Stuart. It's going to get cold. As I say, today was the first day we actually had a hard frost this morning where the car was frozen up. We have had colder ones, but they've only lasted for an hour or two, halfway through the night, as it were. Yeah, I don't use any of that Bluetooth stuff, Ollie. Yeah, today's the first day we haven't had any rain for a few days, Jem. Well, that's surprising, Scar, because normally down in the West Country, it's the warmest part of the country. I mean, I can remember one year down in Cornwall, we actually had snow, and it was the first time they'd got snow for 10 years. And there was kiddies of 9 and 10 years old that had never seen snow in the flesh, as it were. They'd only ever seen it on telly and pictures and films. And they were quite shocked by it. But if you notice, no matter what the weather, you'll always see a postman walking around in shorts. Yeah, we've had sun here all day, mate. I actually had to put my shades on when Heather took me up the hospital to stop it giving me a headache. But I think we're going to have quite a hard winter this year. This morning's sky was absolutely clear. Where it was that cold, you could feel it in the air, and it was clear as a bell. No haze, no nothing. Oh, hello, you're back. Sorry, I was looking at the comments.
All right. Nothing wrong with looking at the comment.
Yeah, I probably will drop out in them shortly anyway. It's gone 9:30 now, and you can hear my throat starting to go. And I'm going to have another look out the back as well once I'm down to just see if there's any glowing lights or anything out there. Other than that big red bastard on top of the crane up the road.
Well, I was going to say that's the issue we've got from here, isn't it?
Think about top of Sutton Park would be perfect looking for it, but you can't get in there at this time of night because they lock all the bloody gates, and there's no way me and you could walk up there. Effectively, the only place we could go to do it is up on Cannock. If you went over, what's the name, Rectory Park, that's surrounded by tall trees, so you ain't going to be no better off there. I suppose you could go up the top of the hill outside, the other side of the lodge, out towards Sparky's unit, but why drive anywhere just for a couple of pictures?
If I'd have realised how good it was yesterday, I'd have got in the car and I'd have driven somewhere to see it, so that I could then say I've seen it.
Seen it, yeah. Well, that's the thing. See, again, I was spoilt working out on the boat, and that it's, you see a lot more of that when you're out there. The shooting stars, the meteorites, and.
But now you've lived with me for a while, you understand why I'd never seen a shooting star.
Yeah, I totally understand. I mean, I saw kids down there that used to come into the farmyards and that have never seen the animals that they've been eating. You know,
I saw a shooting star the other night, actually, because around here, when it gets to midnight, they shut off all the street lights.
Oh, lovely.
It's a high crime area, but we're going to turn all your lights off.
well, I actually seen my
So
best
I
one
was sat
there.
out in the garden having a smoke, and because it's clear, I do like to just sit there and look at the stars. And I
Yeah.
did actually manage to see a shooting star.
Well,
Was that your
Heather,
first? Was that your first?
No. I've seen shooting stars before.
but Heather had never seen one.
No.
We went out the back for an hour or so one night. Which one was it? The Perseids? The meteor shower?
I can't remember.
We deliberately went out to watch one of them, and she saw her first one. Now, the one I saw out there as I went out trying to set the camera and that up, it's the best one I've ever seen, even considering the ones I used to see out on the water over the boats and that.
Mm-hmm.
It literally, well, you know what our back garden's like, Holly. You've seen it. It literally went from the top of the trees down the bottom, and it was still going when it went over the house and disappeared over the house.
Nice.
It's the best one I've ever seen.
Nice.
It was just like watching a rocket going across the sky.
The best one I saw was while we were on holiday. And we were on Silloth Prom. So you've got a mountain the other side of the estuary, but bugger all else. And it went from all the way over there to all the way over there, that way.
Nice.
Yeah, it went across her field of vision.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the first time and the only time you've seen the Milky Way on its edge as well, wasn't it? Was it there or was that in Wales?
That was Wales. That was Cumtiddy.
Cumtiddy Beach, that was it.
Because you broke the car.
Yeah.
Oh,
It had been cloudy all night.
Do?
And I got out of the car. We'd been sat there for ages. And I got out of the car just to stretch my leg. And I noticed you could see, when you see the Milky Way on its edge with the colours and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was that excited. I jumped back in. Quick, get out and see this. Get out and see this. And as I jumped back out, I caught my feet on the wiring loom that was under the dashboard in the old Focuses.
Oh no! I know exactly which one you're thinking of,
Under the
because
glove
it was
box.
yes, because it was exactly the same in my Fiesta.
Yeah, and it totally screwed up the electrics in the car.
It's the
We couldn't
CC.
start it or anything.
It's the CC, so the windows don't drop and this doesn't happen and the indicators don't work. And we're in the middle of Wales. And I phoned the RAC and they went, we've got nobody over that way, love. Tough, basically.
Oh no!
So managed to get the car started after I pushed it.
Oh, where we were, there was absolutely no phone signal.
Yeah.
Oh god!
And we eventually got it up and had a look on the internet and realised it was a common fault. It was one of the plugs that, people regularly knock out. But we still had to take it to an auto electrician because it had tripped all the sensors and all the bloody warning lights were coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And because I didn't know if there was any damage or anything, we had to go and get it done because I didn't want to drive the thing all the way back from bloody Wales in case I was doing any damage to the car.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of time when I had my XR2i, and me and my boyfriend at the time were going up to this little cottage that we used to stay at. And we'd got halfway there, heard something come off the car. Sort of looked back, I was like, that was a belt. That was a belt of some description. And then all of a sudden the battery light started doing this. And it was like, oh shit, that's the alternator belt. This is nearing my birthday, so it's in December. So it's sort of 3-ish o'clock, 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's going to get dark shortly. He's like, right, here are our options. We carry on and hope we can find a garage that's got it, or we can risk going all the way back to Shrewsbury. The car is not going to make it with lights. Either way, we are fucked.
Yeah.
So I chucked in the keys. I says, right, you're a rally driver. Get us fucking home. Right. Managed to get to the Shrewsbury side of Welshpool. We'd rang his dad, who's a mechanic. Basically, we're driving in the dark. We've got fuck all lights. And we had to pull over at this little pub outside of Welshpool because it was getting dangerous at that point. She was still going, but because we had no lights or anything, it was like, no, we can't do this. So we ended up pulling over into this pub car park. And his dad came over with the Discovery and towed us all the way back and fixed it overnight, and then went back up the next day to the cottage.
Ollie, I'll show you some photos of one of my old Cortinas. I had a Mark II Cortina with a tuned engine in it. It was Crossflow twin 50 Webers, fire extinguishers in it, the lot, bucket seats, harnesses.
Yep.
Now, I was going out across the Berkshire Downs in it one afternoon. I was going to get some tuning bits for the engine, actually, from a company out there. And I rolled it.
Oh, no.
I rolled it 4 times. It hit the ground once because it done 2 rolls, bounced, rolled again, landed back on its wheels in the middle of the field. And Jesus. It was like the horse gallops, short grass and what have you. So I started it up. It started. Now the roof's all caved in. The front suspension has ripped off. It's still in there, but it's like a foot further back into the wheel arch to where it should be.
Mm-hmm.
I managed to drive it out of the field and pull it into a lay-by. And I was sat there for 4 hours just looking at this thing.
Jesus.
And, there was people stopping. Are you all right, mate? Do you want to recover it? I said, I've got no recovery. They said, well, what are you going to do? I said, well, I'm going to wait until it's dark because, believe it or not, the headlights still work. And then I'm going to drive it home. And I drove it 6 miles at about 10 miles an hour because every time the left-hand wheel touched a bump, a rut or anything, it was like, whoa, whoa. But you can actually see the roof. And I drove it home with my head sticking out where the sunroof used to be.
Oh, my God.
Rear roll cage in it, not in the front. And it caved the front in.
I remember when
I'll show you.
Yeah, I remember when I had my XR3i Cabriolet. I needed a new wiring loom. And I needed a few little like bits and bobs. And I was just like, do you know what? I'll just buy a second XR3i and strip it. So me and my fella bought this XR3i. And we just had this stupid idea one night before we'd even started stripping it. Fuck it. Should we take it out? Should we see what it's like? I was like, all right, let's do it. So we're literally plowing around these backcountry lanes in this car that's probably not been on the road for like 5 fucking years. It still goes like shit off a shovel. And he'd been rallying it around a bit. I was like, right, come on, my go. And I'm fucking giving it some beans around it and everything. I'm going into the corners brake and I'm like, I don't like these brakes. These brakes are not good. These are terrible. Anyway, gave him back the keys because I was like, nah, I've got nothing against like driving fast, but I want to be able to fucking stop. I want to be able to like balance my car before I pin it round a corner. Do you know what I mean? That's good. I
drive my banger cars to the track.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I threw him back the keys and went, you can take over now. I don't like the brakes. He was like, okay, fair enough. So we're still rallying it around. coming up to this corner, we must be doing 65, 70 easy. He goes to put the brakes on and goes, fuck! No brakes. No fucking brakes. Plowed straight through this frigging big metal gate. The car kind of, it had been in a plowed field, so it was like this. So we went flying through this fucking gate. Thankfully, the gate opened. And we're literally doing that, and the car nearly upended, fell back down, and then it was a case of, shit, we've got to get this out of here before anyone fucking heard that. So we're trying to get this car out this bloody field, limped it back. I was like, oh shit, I guess I won't be using the front end of this on my car then.
But that one, that's why, if you look on the side of it, the police used it was road legal at the time. It still had MOT and tax and everything on it, and the police used to keep pulling it. So there's hence all the graffiti all over it.
Yeah, that's.
And I got fed up with it.
That was my girl. That was my Helga. And I'll get the photo of my Escort.
The reason it's capable of doing that is because we thought, right, we're going to bang a race it. What can we do? So I've ripped the 2 litre out, and that's actually got a 3.5 small block Chevy in it, in the Mark IV Cortina.
Nice.
And I've just done a couple of burnouts up the road just to and they said, well,
there's my
front wheels. I said, I'll just clamp the brake pipes.
There's my 2 girls. That's my Escort Cabriolet and my XR2i. Helga and Matilda.
I wish I still had some pictures of me Skyline that they got lost over the years.
Do you know what, though? The XR3i was my dream car when I was like 8 years old. My mum picked me up from school one day, and there was an XR2i parked up outside the school. Now, at the time, it was brand new. It was like an H-Reg. And I looked at this car and I said to my mum, I was like, I'm going to have one of those one day. And she was like, good luck. That's like a 14 grand car. Mm. And sure enough, I've actually owned my dream car. And I'd have another one in a heartbeat. I loved my Fiesta. Absolutely loved my Fiesta. I mean, the Escort was nice to look at. And it made an amazing sound as well, because basically what they'd done is they'd taken the manifold and put the manifold into a narrow pipe and then a wider pipe. So she made that kind of she's beautiful. I used to have all the boy racers in town stopping me going, how did you get your car to make that noise? I don't fucking know. I bought it like this, sunshine. I don't know. No,
but you can have a look.
Yeah, have a look, see if you can figure it out. And she was heavier, so she wasn't as fast, but the Fiesta was definitely more fun. Loved that car. Absolutely loved that car. Put my heart and soul into that car. Rebuilt the engine myself. Everything.
I love my little Mini City because it was only the basic 998, but you put your foot down and you left things standing at the traffic lights, and
mine was
you threw it around everywhere. It was so much fun to drive.
I had the little Mayfair. Mine was it had a 1275 block in it. Not legally, but it had the 1275 block. And yeah, they are so much fun to drive. I mean, this Mini, because it was lowered on spacks, you could throw it through any corner and she'd always come back to you. It was just so much fun to drive.
That's
It
like my
really
little
was.
Peugeot GTI. I used to love that.
Mine
I was
was
really
yellow
sad
with
to
the
see
white.
it go.
Mine was yellow with the white roof.
Ooh, a little yellow mini.
Bright yellow. Everybody waved at me as I was driving around because everybody knew it was me. So yeah, yellow with a white
Yeah.
roof. That was me.
It's like everybody knew me because I was the only girl in town that had an XR2i. I was the girl with the XR2i, and then I was the girl with the Escort Cabriolet.
Yeah. By the time I got
was
the
just known as
Cabriolet,
the hooligan
nobody
up the
around
road.
cared anyway. Except,
What was that, Heather?
the neighbour too, when it arrived, because we had to have it delivered because the payment wouldn't go through there and then, because I was hoping to drive it away. So I had to get it delivered the next day after I'd sorted out the bank. And the neighbours, she's one of those. And she sees it turning up and she says, somebody's got a drop top. Somebody's got a drop top. Wonder whose that is. And then she sees it coming to my house, jealous as fuck.
Good. Good. Yeah, the Peugeot GTI. Oh my God, the 205 GTI. I've never owned one, but I've driven one, and I swear down, they are amazing. And the thing is, though, I went because I had my XR2i at the time that didn't have power steering. This bloody GT had power steering, and it completely threw me. It was as bad as when my fella had the RS2000. He had the Mark V Escort RS2000, and I had the XR2i. And we swapped keys one day, going down to his granddad's. He says, "Here you go, test her out, see how you like it." I was like, "Oh, yeah." So we're coming up to this island, and he's behind me, and he knows damn well what I'm going to do on this island. Didn't inform me that this car had power steering. So I went to throw this car around the island like I would my Fiesta, having no power steering, and I nearly totaled this bloody Escort. And all I can see when I've actually managed to correct it and get like where the exit that I was going to, I just look in my rearview mirror and all I can see is him pissing himself. And we got down to his granddad's. I was like, "You fucking knew it didn't have power steering. You didn't tell me for that reason." He was like, "Yes, I did." But it was the same with the GT that had power steering, and it completely threw me. But so fun to drive.
When I first got the Beamer, I'd never had rear wheel drive before, and it had snowed, and there was oh yeah, I'm in Redditch. I've got to get from the other side of Birmingham back, but I needed a post office after work, and this woman says, "Oh, go down here, turn left up the hill to the traffic lights." Yeah, Where I turned left to go up the hill, there was sheet ice everywhere across the road.
Oh no!
Black ice, could not see it. So I've turned the corner, put my foot down, and the back's tried to beat me up the hill.
Oh no!
It's going that way, and then it's going that way.
Oh no!
And then it's going that way. And I'm snaking my way up the hill, and I kept it together. I didn't hit anything. Luckily, it was 2 lanes wide, so I got room to swing.
Yeah. And
as I pulled up at the top, the ice had disappeared, and I pulled up into the queue of traffic, and I'm like this. As you can imagine, I haven't had the car a week, and now I've got this back end that wants to beat me up the hill.
Yeah.
This car that was following me up the hill pulls alongside, stops, and as I look over, he's like,
somebody did that to me when I was in my Freelander. We had this is going back 2018 maybe, I can't even remember. We had literally a sudden influx of snow, and the whole of this town just grounded to a halt because it went from nothing to 3 in,
Yeah.
you know. And there's a roundabout up by us that's actually nicknamed Drift Island because of the camber or something. The boys love to drift around it.
Okay.
So they haven't salted the roads. The council were completely unprepared, so everything's sticking. I go around this island because I'm stuck in traffic, and I was just like, nah, fuck this. So I pulled it round, went, fuck this, I'm going around the island instead. Went past everybody, went round the island. The back end came out, but I managed to slide it all the way round and then back round off my exit. And this guy just stood there. Went, it was so funny. And I was just like, I have no idea how I did that. It's probably more luck than judgment.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah, that was my quickest ever mini.
Oh, that's beautiful.
mine was.
Believe it or
than
not,
that.
that's got an 1875 Maxi engine in it.
I'd love a mini with a Hayabusa engine in it. Oh, good night, Jenny.
Oh, good night, Jan.
Yeah, that was my autograss car. I was racing that when I was 13 years old.
What were you gonna say, Heather?
Can't remember.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
It's all right.
interrupted.
I'm shopping. I've just discovered I've got £5 off.
Ooh,
I've gone for the grey one, and it's given me £5 off my first order.
bargain.
There's a couple of there on my Capris.
Well, I'm actually going to get to experience the Trafford Centre at the end of the month because me and my sister, well, Rick's sister, but my sister, we're going shopping at the end of the month. We're having a girly day, and I've never been to the Trafford Centre before.
How big is it?
I have no idea. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's got a bloody cinema in there.
I was going to say.
So that should be interesting. Talking of shopping.
Apparently we've got the channel paddler Formula One team.
Good Lord. Okay.
Africa's doing a Formula One team.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, fucking hell.
That is mad.
Oh.
Mental, chicken oriental, that is.
Yeah.
Right, well, I'm going to drop down. It's 10 o'clock now. We ain't going to see nothing out the back, babe. I've just had a look and it's just clouded up now.
Okay.
I had another look when I went out. Still couldn't see shit. I swear they're scamming us.
When I looked out an hour or so ago, it was still pretty clear, but now it's just wall-to-wall clouds. And my voice is starting to break up now. Luckily for everybody.
Oh, sorry.
So for me, it's time for a little bit of supper.
Well,
Oh,
Chris,
what you having?
Don't know yet. Might have a ham sandwich. I like some ham. But someone bought me some nice cheese as well, so I might have some of that with it.
Oh, I miss cheese.
Oh, I
yeah,
like
I'm
a
now
good
sitting
strong
here
cheese.
going, do I ask him to make me one so I can have it when I go down in a minute? Because he makes a mean sandwich.
Oh, I miss ham and tomato sandwiches.
Beef and tomato.
Oh no, ham and tomato. Oh, I miss it. Oh God, I miss so many foods. It's unreal. Although I have been able to add chicken sausages, gluten-free, to the list of foods that I can eat without dramatic impact, should we say. It still affects me. Everything still affects me, but it's just not put me in hospital
Yeah.
kind of effect. So I've added chicken sausages onto it. I daren't try pork. I daren't, just in case, and because I really don't want to have to spend the night in bloody A&E.
No.
No. Although my the nurse that I spoke to the other day for my my Kevin appointment, she's like, "Oh, you still getting headaches?" I said, "Yeah." I says, "I do also get, when I overexert myself, I get headaches that are almost like thunderclap headaches." And she was like, "Yeah, you're meant to go to A&E when that happens." I was like, "Yeah, but they go away." She was like, "You're still meant to go to A&E." I was like, "What?" She was like, "Yeah, you could be having a bleed." Oh, okay. And I got a bollocking for not monitoring my blood pressure. So I now have a blood pressure monitor. That
Have you looked at one of these?
No.
I love
No,
my little Dewberry.
I used to have an Apple Watch and I wore it every day, but then I just stopped wearing it, and so I sold it. So it's all right. Got a blood pressure machine.
Roger says, how on earth does that take your blood pressure? I don't know, but it does.
Yeah.
And it's close to what they say my blood pressure is when it's measured properly.
Mm.
with a sphygmomanometer.
A what?
Blood pressure machine. Sphygmomanometer. Don't ask me to spell it.
Stick my monitor.
Sphig. Hang on.
Sphig. Sphig.
SPHYG.
Why can't they make these things easy to pronounce?
SPHYGMOMANOMETR. Sphygmomanometer. I don't know.
I have no idea. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it.
Sphygmomanometer. I said it wrong anyway.
It's a blood pressure machine.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it as a blood pressure machine.
No, it's just,
They make these things so overcomplicated for no reason.
yeah, but you know what I'm like for my big words. I love my big words.
Ooh, Brian, yeah, spam sandwiches.
No, sorry, no.
I'm a big fan of corned beef sandwiches as well. I love corned beef.
Love corned beef and pickle.
Corned beef and brown sauce.
Not a lover of brown sauce.
I'm not, but on corned beef sandwiches. But it's got to be HP sauce.
It's got to be Branston.
I'm not a pickle fan. It looks like it should be soft and it's crunchy, and it just nah.
No, I can't do lard butties either, man.
Oh God, no. No. In actual fact, Marmite and peanut butter is nice in a sandwich.
I think you've told me that before.
So is spready cheese and jam, like Dairyly and jam sandwiches. Oh,
Dairyly goes with anything though.
yeah. When I was pregnant with Ben, I had a craving for Twix and Dairyly together. So I bought a multi-pack of Twixes, and I bought a big tub of Dairyly, and I sat there with my Twixes and dipping them in the Dairyly, eating them. And that's when Ben's dad came home from work one day and went, "Okay." I was like, "Hi." He was like, Are you really?" I was like, "Yes."
Yeah.
He was like, "Okay, that's fine."
My mother used to feed us brawn regularly.
don't think I've ever had that.
Yeah. Oh, pardon me.
Nice.
Ooh.
Good Lord, Roger. That came from your boot.
I don't know it's coming. It just comes out. It's like a fart.
Yeah. I actually used to like, I haven't seen it for years, Hazlitt.
Oh, where did I see Hazlitt?
I used to love Hazlitt. My nan always used to get it in for me when I went down there during like the summer and half terms and stuff, because I'd love Hazlitt on my cobs.
But would you eat it? Would you be able to eat it now?
I don't know, because it would probably be so full of crap.
That's going to be your problem, because you'd have to find a gluten-free one, because it's
I don't even know what Hazlitt is.
Hazlitt is
I'm
an
guessing-
old much loved English pork meatloaf flavoured with sage and onions.
There we go. But yeah, it's probably just full of crap now.
Typically made from stale white bread, minced pork, sage, salt and black pepper.
Oh, I might be able to make my own.
Well, that's it. You'd need gluten-free.
But I haven't risked pork yet, so I don't know.
I'm going to drop out, babe. I'm losing
Okay,
concentration.
I'll be
So
down there.
I'll see you when I see you.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in the chat, take care. Have a safe weekend. And I will see you all probably next week.
Night, Pops.
So I'll
Night,
give it
night.
the stay
Stay in a bit.
safe, stay strong, stay free.
Yeah, we don't do that here.
Right. Tesco sell it. Tesco sell it.
I'll see you
do
later,
they?
guys. Take it easy.
Night. Yeah, I've never heard
Bye.
of it. Never heard of it. I've literally just read what Stuart was had put. No, I haven't seen it in my Tesco's. 4 of them for £1.40. You fucking laugh. 4
Tesco's.
slices. 4
I know.
slices for £1.40.
Yeah. Tesco's has
Fucking
gone
right
so
off.
expensive. It's unbelievable.
Jesus. That is a fucking rip-off. It's 35p a slice. And yes, I did just have to fucking do it on a calculator because I'm a thick cunt. Don't care. Maths is not my thing.
But Hazlitt is better. I think Brawny's made with sheep's heads.
I think so. I used to like tongue.
But I can't find anywhere selling that. There's a restaurant called it.
I used to like oxtail
Eggs
as well.
cheese. Yep, that sounds like it's made from sheep's head.
I think it is. Oh, excuse me.
Head cheese or brawn is a meat jelly or terrine made of meat.
I mean, if I remember rightly, I think Hazlitt used to be cheaper than anything else.
Yes. Oh yes, it was one of the reasons we had it. I mean, Mum loved tongue as well.
I did.
Something else I keep looking at and going, do I get that? But I know Roger will go no. So it's down to me to eat it. But I'll enjoy it because it'll be a taste of the past.
Yeah.
When I was younger, for some reason, Mum didn't like bacon. So whenever we had a fry up, she had kidney, and we had bacon. Now I love kidney, but
Sacrilege.
I thought because it was only her had it, because my dad didn't want kidney. He wasn't particularly bothered. So I thought because Mum had that, it was more expensive. So I said, I didn't like bacon, so that I could get kidney instead. And I had
Oh,
went for years having to not eat bacon because I wanted kidney and didn't. Yeah.
oh,
So, but now I love my offal. We had liver and onions the other night. Roger really
nah,
enjoyed it.
nah, no. Not a lover of that kind of stuff. I think my mum put me off it as a kid because she used to cook it till it was like Gandhi's fucking flip flop. It was like bloody rubber. You could bounce it off the wall. It was just horrible.
But that's the
And it was
problem if you don't cook it right.
And it was the texture of it and everything was just so wrong. Whoop. Liver and bacon gravy's the world's best gravy for shit. No.
Oh, I hate it when it does that.
No. The best gravy for chips, Gary, was my nan used to do this braised beef thing. Oh my God. She used to do it in this old tin type enamel casserole dish. And she'd make her own gravy for it. And then she'd make her own chips as well. Oh my God, it was amazing. Braised beef with home cooked chips. And the gravy for that was just unreal. I kind of wish that I'd learned a lot of my nan's cooking off her. Like, I wish she was still around, like, to this day. So that I could have learned things like that, because my mum doesn't know how to do it.
Braised steak so easy.
Yeah, but she used to do something to it that nobody fucking knows about because nobody asked. And nobody can recreate it. It's like my nan's roast potatoes. Cannot recreate the taste. Done everything she used to do. Everything. Couldn't get them like she does. Oh, I can taste them in my mouth already. I mean, she used to cook them in like lard and shit. And yep, tried that. Can't get them right.
No, because it wouldn't have been lard. It would have been drip.
No. She did. She used to use lard.
But
When I
lard
was a
is
kid.
the same now anyway.
No, it's not. It's really hard to find.
I sell it in Iceland.
I'm not in Iceland very often.
No,
But
if you
like-
look with the butter, you'll get all the butters and all the plastic butters and all the rest of it, and you will get the baking spreads and lard.
yeah.
And because there's so much butter and utterly butterly and can't believe it's not fucking butter crap filling the shit, and then you've got this small section that will be not margarine, because there's no such thing as margarine, but the baking there
Yeah.
and lard, and it will be there on the shelf, but because it's
Well-
only two blocks, it's hard to notice.
Last Christmas, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was last Christmas. I said to my mum, I was like, oh, whenever you're in Tesco's, just grab me a jar of the beef dripping that they do, or the duck dripping, whichever. And she got me a jar of it. And then every single time she went to bloody Tesco, she was getting me these jars of beef dripping. So I've got shitloads of beef dripping in my cupboard that I can't fucking use. But I have got in the freezer from when I do my own chicken stock. I do it in my pressure cooker. And then I stick it in the fridge and it turns to collagen.
Yeah.
on the top. It's fucking beautiful. So I freeze all of that.
Yeah, one
And
slice.
so
or
I've got,
two.
oh yes. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Everybody loves my cooking and my daughter's because I taught her to cook. She's got a few of her own tips on the as well. But when we were on holiday, and his mate came over from Newcastle, I said, "Stuff it. I'll. It's not a lot, but I've got some braised steak and I've got some instant mash and I've got a few peas left because it was the weekend before we came home, so I hadn't got a lot of stuff in. We'd emptied the freezer, and I went, yeah, we'll make it stretch. There isn't a lot, but because it was like a 2-person portion, and I now got a third to, but my 2 people portions always feed 3. I did stir fry tonight. There's some left over for Ron, and his mate just looked at me and he went, "Oh, you can cook." I've never seen a plate so clean. It was as if he'd licked it.
Yeah.
He'd been there with a fork making sure. But I find these beef casserole packs are the easiest way to get to where I want.
Yeah.
I fry off the meat. I throw one of those in, put some carrot and not a lot, just a bit of carrot to give it that flavour, and slow cook.
Yes, I do love cooking.
And you might find it's something as stupid as that. It's the fact that your nan used a Knorr stock cube rather than an OXO stock cube, or and
it makes a hell of a difference.
It's subtle, but it makes a difference. The fact
it's
that
like I made a bolognese the other week, and I usually use the Knorr beef stock pots or an OXO cube. Well, I got the OXO stock cube, stock tub thing.
Stock pot,
yeah. Totally ruined it.
Okay.
Completely ruined it. It made it too rich, too salty, and it literally couldn't be eaten. It was literally the first thing I'd made in 7 months that couldn't be eaten. I was like, I'm never using them again. But I didn't understand it. I was like, it's okay if I use a Knorr stock pot. It's okay if I use an OXO cube, but an OXO stock pot, fucked. It was hideous.
Never tried them, to be honest, because I've always got OXO stock cubes. And I occasionally buy the stock pot ones, but I use those differently. I'll use those like if I'm doing pasta cooked in a stock pot thing
is really nice.
Takes your pasta to another level.
Same with rice as well. If you're making white rice or any kind of rice, because what I'll do is I'll once the water's boiling, I'll put a knob of butter in there as well, and then I'll stick a stock cube in there, and then whack the rice in it and cook it in the stock. Yeah, I'm all right, Stitch. It's my gallbladder again. This is really embarrassing. I sneezed earlier and went like that as I sneeze, and I've crushed my gallbladder, and now it's kind of doing this on me. So it's kind of like having period pain in the wrong place. Yay me.
Yeah. When they're in a delicate situation, it was such a relief when I had mine taken out. Yes, I
Yeah.
was in agony for a while because of the scar, but it's the other things, that the reactions because you ate something that got a bit of fat in and
Mhm.
things like that, and no.
Yeah, these are the issues I'm having with it. Not just that, it's causing the acid reflux, it's causing the bile reflux, it's causing all sorts of havoc with my digestive system. So, but on a happier note, I have tipped the scales at over 8 stone now.
Well done.
Yay! So I've put on a stone. I've put a stone on over what
6
months are we?
months?
I
October.
would probably say over 10 months, because my weight sort of just, it kind of went up a little bit and then just got stuck there.
Yeah.
And now I've gone up a little bit more. So yeah, I'm over 8 stone now instead of wavering around at frigging 7.
Well, you've if we're going out for something to eat, you've got to find somewhere by you that will do something that you can eat.
Yeah, I'll find something that it won't be a problem. There's certain things that I can risk, if that makes sense, knowing that, okay, that's going to hurt a little bit, but it ain't going to put me in hospital. So it's all good. It depends what you want.
Find somewhere with a gluten-free menu.
It depends what you want to eat as well. Like, do you
It's
want
more
pub
about
grub?
what you can.
Yeah, I know, but I can kind of pick anything really. But I'll have a look at some places around and have a look at the menus, and yeah, I'll figure something out. Yay!
Because that's been my issue. It's like, well, how the hell can we go for food? Because you know, at the end of the day, what can you have? Chips,
Nope, they're fried.
baked potato.
Yeah, as long as they don't put butter on it, unless they've got dairy-free butter, because I can't have dairy either.
That's what I mean.
But I have to then watch my fat intake because of my gallbladder.
Yeah,
Fuck
that's
my life.
what I mean. How the hell can we go out? I'm fine. I can eat
I know.
absolutely anything and everything, and there's you with a bit of potato. Can't
I
do
know,
that.
right? Don't worry, I'll be fine. I will find something.
Can't even say
I mean-
we'll go for a coffee and a cake.
The cake's iffy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So
but
it's
like-
a coffee for you.
No, I've literally, that's all I'm drinking now is coffee. It's not caffeinated coffee though. I have to have decaf coffee because my anxiety won't handle caffeine anymore.
So we can't go to Costa and have a nice cup of coffee.
No, they do decaf coffee. And they do milk alternatives. It's all good. But I know when they fuck my coffee up at like Starbucks or something. It's like when we went up to Llangollen and went to the aqueduct there. Stopped off at Starbucks on the way back, grabbed a coffee. I'd asked for a decaf. And 15, 20 minutes after I'd started drinking it, I was like, oh shit. And he's like, what? I was like, yeah, they fucked my coffee up. They've given me caffeine. I'm gonna die. It's just like, I'm gonna fucking die. This is the girl who would literally like drink caffeinated coffee from sun up to frigging sundown, and beyond, and then go to sleep.
Yeah.
And now I can't even handle like I
cup.
can't handle it. I feel like I'm gonna die.
No. See if you can find somewhere that is going to give you have something that you can eat. I don't care whether it's. I don't care if it's a supermarket calf. you know.
Mhm. Well, when I went out with mother-in-law and sister-in-law the other month,
Oh,
we
that
went
place looks
to.
amazing.
Oh my God, I'm just trying to find the photo of it. The food there was beautiful. And do you know what? That was the first time I'd
What was it
actually
called?
eaten Riverside Cafe, but it's in the center of town. We're not going there because the car park is miles away and we won't make it.
Where's the close? I got my badge now.
I'm not sure you can even park outside it with a disabled badge because it's right on the river. But yeah, that was the first time I'd eaten out in over a year. And it was beautiful. That's what I had.
Uh-huh.
I had the sea bass and it had a mashed potato thing on it and had some spinach and oh my God, it was beautiful. And do you know what? It did not hurt one bit. I was pleasantly surprised. That was a good day, that was. Oh. Hmm. I mean, we've got plenty of places to eat around here. It's not something that we're short of around here. But a lot of them are like chain pub type shit.
No.
Yeah.
No,
I'm like,
don't want that.
No. So I'll have a think. I'll have a think. You're looking at the menu and everything at that place, aren't you?
No, I'm looking to see where if there is any parking nearby.
No. The closest car park is Frankwell, and it is a walk. It will definitely be too much of a walk for you.
Yeah, well, I can't do that. I need somewhere with a car park.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that to you.
Yeah,
I'll have a look. I'll have a look tomorrow. At some places, and we'll figure it out anyway. What's that chippy?
Say anything. It's all right. Quite often you'll have these. There's actually 3 spaces there, so you can if you wanted to, but
no, this is right on the river and the road. Riverside Cafe, but you've literally got a single track road between it and the river, and you can't park on there because obviously people have got to get round. So it's no parking at all. I mean, there is a tiny car park at the top of that little quarry road, but it's never
something that's outside
Yeah,
with a car park.
That place, that car park has never got spaces. Excuse me. Oh dear.
Got 3 hours on double yellows.
I think it's a single yellow, if I remember rightly.
Got 3 hours.
I'll find us somewhere, don't worry. Do not worry, I'll find somewhere nice that is easy to get to.
The thing is, a lot of the things I like to eat are I love risotto.
Mm.
So, and I'll quite often sea bass comes with a risotto.
Mm.
So that's a higher. I'll do that. But no, you see that looks
Good night.
absolutely
Good night, Gary.
amazing.
Good night, Gary. Yeah, it's a really nice place.
See, it's been so long since I've been in the area. I just don't know.
Well, even I'm going to have to Google.
But it's like that one we went to before, being that little bit out of the town.
Mm,
You've got the facility of the car park.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Kill. We'll find somewhere. You'll find
Yeah,
somewhere and tell me where
I
to
will.
go.
I will. Oh. Right. I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna
The numbers are dropping. People are calling it a night.
yeah, I need to. I'm absolutely knackered. I'm gonna go and curl up in bed with my book and my dog and my heated blanket. Well, what I do is I put it on because he won't sleep under the covers because he's a wuss. So I put it over the width of the bed. So he sleeps on top of it and I sleep underneath it. It works.
Yeah. Fair enough.
We're both toasty all night.
No, I've got a Roger.
Excuse me.
I've got an extra blanket for when he gets out of bed. And when he cuddles up, I'm too bloody warm.
Moo, I'm reading fairy smut. I'm reading A Court of Thorn and Roses while I'm reading the second one of that, and it's essentially 50 Shades of Fairy. So yeah, I'm reading smut. I have no shame. It's not actually as smutty as I thought it was going to be. I'm actually a bit disappointed, but I like the storyline, so I'm carrying on with the series. Good night, Stitch. Oh, I'm reading it, Moo. I do listen to my audiobooks during the day, but I'm actually listening to my Harry Potter series again during the day, and then I read at night. Because I'm a sad bitch like that. I love it.
I've got books everywhere, and I keep saying I'm going to pick one up and start it, and I'm like, I've got 3 in front of me here, and I'm like, well, I've read that one, but I haven't read those 2. But then I've got 3 downstairs by my chair, and it's like, which one do I pick up next?
See, I've got a few on the go at the moment, and even my mum, who's like a massive reader. Well, my mum is a massive reader, and even she's like, how do you go from reading like half a book and then picking a different one up and then picking a different one up and being able to follow? Like, how do you know where you are? I was like, I don't know, I just do.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I don't know how I do it. But like, all I've been doing is just reading a couple of chapters, like when I get into bed. And I'm slowly chopping through it. Because I find that reading relaxes me to the point that I want to go to sleep. So I have to pick my times when I read very carefully. If I'm already tired, there's no point because I'll fall asleep. But then some afternoons I can sit there all afternoon and read.
Oh, I do that. I can't read in bed now. I can't read in
What?
bed because I haven't got a bedside lamp.
Why have you not got a bedside lamp?
Because I don't read in bed. My lamp went his side and then it got ditched somehow because we haven't got a bedside lamp in the bedroom. But yeah, I'll be like,
I have a spare one if you want.
it's all right.
I've got a spare. You can have it. It's just in the cupboard.
No, because he'd probably moan at me for putting the light on.
No, well, I've got a Kindle, Stuart, and I can't read on a Kindle properly because it's not a book. And I know that sounds really bizarre, but like there's a certain thing about reading an actual book. I've even tried the Kindle Paperwhite, and I still struggle with it because it's a screen. And I don't know if it's just like my eyes or what, but I just read better reading a book. My eyes focus better on a book than it does a Kindle. And I could be reading the same book. I think it's just literally because it's a screen.
I used to have books on there. I used to have books on there, and I found it so annoying because the page wasn't big enough.
Yes.
And the other thing is, of course, then I need my glasses on to be able to read.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to lie down, and I can't lie down with glasses on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, Kindles are brilliant, like for going away and things like that. I've got a Kindle app. I've got a Kindle. You know, so if ever I'm going anywhere, I will download books and do it that way. But there's just something about curling up in bed and having an actual book, or curling up on the sofa and having an actual book to read. It feels more like I'm switching off, because otherwise it just feels like I'm staring at a screen, because I am. My mum used to be like that. She used to be against Kindles. And then my dad bought her one and she sort of gave it a try. And yeah, she's always, her Kindle is always out now, always.
The car park doesn't look that far from the cafe, but if you've got to walk all the way round, then it is.
You've got to come out of the car park, go up the ramp out the car park, and then you've got to go past the theatre, round over the Welsh Bridge, then round and down past the river to get to the cafe.
Looks like there's half a dozen spaces outside, but when there's only half a dozen spaces, you won't get in them anyway.
No, you won't. Don't worry, I'll find us somewhere. It'll be fine.
Nice food. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. So I like. My aunt came down. I don't know whether I told you. And we went out, and it was lovely. Just sitting there picking up food, nice glass of wine, talking about life, the universe, and everything. And
yep, put the worlds to rights.
God, yes.
Yes, it's definitely overdue.
Oh hell yeah! But there's been nothing we could do because you couldn't eat. I can't even do food when you come here.
I know. I'm gonna have to bring you in
for next week. It's been driving me potty tonight.
I've got to get mine done. Mine's in terrible condition. The thing is, though, because like all of this growth is from when I was ill. So like my hair, even when I blow dry it now, it's still straight. But the healthy growth that's coming through has gone back to curly.
Nice.
So all of my straight hair is the limp, unhealthy, crappy stuff. And then the stuff at the roots, obviously I've straightened my hair today, so it's all straight. But the stuff at the roots is curly. So I'm just like, oh shit, my hair's going curly again. And like, even when I leave my hair to dry naturally, it used to be like out here somewhere. Massive. Doesn't do that now. It's like got a bit of... Huh?
Will again.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully. Now that my body's processing, like, it feels like it's processing things better than it was. It feels like I'm actually getting nutrition from my food now.
Yeah.
Which is nice. Rather than just feeling like I'm starving. And looking like I'm starving as well.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I looked like I was starving. Let's face it. I looked like I was on the verge of frigging anorexia.
You didn't look
I know.
particularly healthy.
No, I did not. Oh dear. Right, I'm gonna go because I need my bed. I'm absolutely shattered. Ow.
I better go. He'll be waiting for me downstairs.
Yes.
That's a bugger.
What's that?
Found a car park, but the only way to get into it is to get somebody to move a bollard. Seriously. Seriously. Is it that one? Yeah, there you go.
No, that's miles away. That's St Mary's Place.
No, but I'm.
The bollards are up because it's shut. That's why they're up. That's usually open.
But there's a car in there.
Probably got left in there overnight. They're assholes like that.
So
Yeah,
that's not where it is anyway.
No, the parade is nowhere near. I'll find somewhere. Do not worry. Night, Moo. Yeah,
That's
I'm going to go.
lovely.
I'm going to go make another coffee and go to bed. So I shall.
I've just fallen out with Google because it says that's where it is.
No, it's not. It's nowhere fucking near it.
Oh well.
Hang on. Were you which? That was River. Hang on.
Because it's not showing me a riverside, it's only showing me this Riverview Cafe.
It's probably not even fucking called. It's probably not even called it. Hang on.
Right, let's do it the other way. Places to eat Shrewsbury.
Why is it not? I've probably got
Riverbank Bar and Kitchen.
Hang on.
Mediterranean Italian eatery with cocktails. The Boat House.
The boathouse is nice, but it's always packed. Riverbank, not Riverview. Riverbank Bar and Kitchen. There we go. That's where it is.
Yeah. No sign of a car park anywhere around there. Find somewhere and let us know. But
I will.
I love places by the side of rivers and canals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right on the water.
I'm a bugger for them.
Mm. I'll have a look tomorrow.
And I like nice food.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry. Right, I will love you and leave you to sign everyone off.
You're not gonna end the stream for me.
No, I'm not going to end the stream for you tonight. I promise. I'm going to press all the right buttons tonight.
You see, I need to go there now. I can see they do paella.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I'll speak to you tomorrow about it. I love you.
Take care. Love you, darling.
Night, everyone. Bye.
Night, everybody that's left. I'm going to go now. Go and find Roger. See if he made me a sandwich. I'll catch you all next week. Wednesday for Rogers, and then Friday for mine. Oh, wait, there's more. Good night. Take care, everyone. Have a good weekend.